Perfect.
But if I wasn't driving late, I'd have probably joined you. Not smoking, but certainly drinking the THC.
What's up, James? Calm
Yeah, some
down.
lemonade
Breathe.
right now, man. I'll be busting one.
Breathe.
Yeah,
Breathe.
somebody's got to use
All right,
the
James.
Biden expressway sign and make it to Biden Expressway to hell.
I think I recently saw one on TikTok or YouTube, and it was Biden and Carmella on a sign. I forget what the meme was, but
Yeah, James Forbes, what's up, man? Good to see you.
holla.
Hey, Dave.
Love you, my sister from down under.
Nice.
Debbie is my
Yeah.
sister from my adopted sister from down under.
Hey, Dev. It's
Well, you guys
Right,
are
guys.
all related somehow anyway, aren't you?
She is our newest auditor in the 1A community in
nice.
Australia.
Oh, cool. I remember one of my videos, None Your Business, shadowed down there in Australia. I got 4,700 views and quite a few subscribers from Australia.
Yeah, Nanja's cool, man. He's a good bro.
But I was talking about the English, actually. I think originally the story was something to the effect of they dropped off a lot of their people from their country to one part of Australia. It's Queensland, maybe? I'm not sure.
Yeah, she is our newest auditor. She
Awesome.
at the hospital, and she has gone to a couple police station. Yes, she is our newest auditor from down under.
Let me give her a mod and she can drop a link. There is 13 people. Maybe she get a couple of subscribers she don't have. Yeah, hang on.
Yes, and you're one mod. Subscribe to my channel.
There we go.
Northwards, we fucking woo.
Hey, Northwoods, our condolences go out to you.
All right.
Let's see.
Northwoods, great to see you, man.
One thing I will
And I
say
think
to
everybody
everybody,
that did jump over to my channel to subscribe to me.
yeah, I was going to say we've become more of certainly a virtual family these days from people all over the world.
Yes.
And we support each other. You'd be surprised how much support goes out. And on that note, I'm going to get a couple of hours sleep. So if you're still live later, I'll hop in. Go on.
All right.
Okay, Graham. All right, take care. Huh?
Inferno, you sent me an email last night about
Oh,
joining.
yes. Oh, yes, huh? I did.
Okay. What I'm going to do is refer you to my esteemed colleague, Grim Reaper, and he will basically explain everything to you. If you get a minute, you can jump over to Jitsi and we can show you what we can help you with.
Oh, yeah, sure. Actually, I'm trying to get. Okay, yeah. Let me do one little. I'll do one little thing real quick. Okay, now I'm done. Okay, yeah.
All right.
Hey, Sonia, good to see you.
Well,
Okay,
forward me the email, Mellows.
I'll forward you the email, yeah. And then,
yeah, so just email Grim, you said?
Yeah. What I'll do is
I would say yes, but I can't access the emails. I keep asking for the password to be reset, but I've got a problem with IT at the moment. IT's a lazy git. Anyway, I'm going to get a couple of hours sleep. If you're still live later, I'll jump on, but I'll leave the live running until so you just knock it down later when you're finished. So if anybody's watching on Grim Reaper, I'll see you later.
Shut down. I don't want the responsibility of shutting down yours. Just shut it down.
Have a good one. All right. Catch you later. Take care, guys.
See you, Grim. Peace, Grim.
Peace. No.
Yeah, I don't want the responsibility of somebody else's channel. I can hardly hold it up to my own channel. You know what I mean?
I can end Grim's live anyway if you need it.
Yeah, I need to, start get a little more content. What's up?
I'm trying to figure out why I don't see Mama Bear in the chat. I was trying to make her a mod. I mean,
I'm in your channel. I just put.
I mean, I've got you. I'm about to make you a moderator right now. I drop these moderators on a regular basis because people mess around. I tend to just mod everybody. You know what I mean? But so if you come in and you see you're not modded, it's not because I'm mad at you. It's just I randomly pull them all. It's easier just to hit the X and go through and look and be like, do I trust this person? No, I was trying to find Deb, and for some reason, Deb isn't showing up in YouTube side, so I can make her a mod so she could drop her channel. Darlene, are you here? Can you drop Deb's link? Because for some reason, I'm not seeing her. Any other mods? Can somebody pull her?
Probably on my channel, I think, maybe. Or Grin's.
Yeah, I see her on the StreamYard side, but I've got YouTube
from my
open
channel.
on
Hang on.
the tab, and she's not there.
She's on my channel.
Oh, that's why. Oh, these. Well, can you get her link and drop it over here on this side? Or is that?
Link? Yeah, give me a sec.
I love to share the. I used to be an auditor. I just haven't been out there in 6 months. I've done 30 audits with AFA. I've done a bunch by myself, and I don't know. I'm just feeling like my physical capacity is not good, and it's not a great thing for me to be doing at this point. I'm broke. I get arrested, I'm fucking screwed. So I think I'm done. Not to mention, if someone shoves me with all these titanium plates and all this shit in my neck, I'll be fucked. So I'm just kind of done.
But yeah, I think that's why a lot of guys are kind of quieting down. I think they've been it's getting tired of getting arrested all the time. So they figured just kind of.
Yeah, I'm not a guy. I think every day I hear of somebody getting arrested. I really don't follow as much as I used to, but I see a lot of the guys that I've hung around with or have helped me grow. I owe a lot to North Carolina Tire Hunter. He gave me, like 1,000 subscribers.
Cool.
Press Now, New Hampshire. He gave me about 1,000 subscribers. Josh AFA's easily given me 1,500, subscribers. So by just showing a chunk of my video, so I have 4,275 or something like that. And recently, I've been killing it with subscribers through shorts. Caucasian Sasquatch told me to start fucking with shorts, so I started dropping crazy random shorts. A lot of shorts where my audit stuff cut up using a program called Opus, and next thing you know, in a couple of months, I had 600,000 views and had gained about 800 subscribers. I dropped a video the other day, got 285 subs from a short. Of course, most of those people will never do anything for you, but it just makes people want to watch you when they see you got a couple more subs. Not really something.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, genuine Sterling.
Yeah,
great to see you, genuine. Yeah. I'm just you're just saying hi to genuine Sterling.
That's one of the. I've been playing shorts of my dogs. If you look at my channel, at some point you'll see I got 6 staffies, or had 6. I'm down to 4 now. But I'm keeping the silver one. It was 5 brown and 1 silver. So YouTube so far of probably 5,000 views of all the different shorts of the dogs. People have picked Starlight, Luna, Sterling, and yesterday a bunch of people were saying La Plata, which is Sterling. So I'm like, wow, people were saying, name it Grim Reaper, and I was kidding around. I'm like, can you imagine me on the beach, yelling Grim Reaper, Grim Reaper? People be like,
yeah, we're good. People like, what the hell?
Out of his fucking mind.
This guy's ready. Yeah, this guy's ready. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Mama.
Yeah, Northwoods.
I have a cheating system.
Nice. I don't. How come it says Floyd has one, but he doesn't have a wrench next to his name? It's quite strange. YouTube's being odd.
We have Nightbot in and our all our
Yeah.
channels. And I'm the one that sets all the night bots up. And I
Nice.
just went.
Botrix is about the same.
I went into my
I
night
was
bots
checking
and
that
I
one
just
out. Actually, this looks
I
pretty cool.
copied and pasted everybody's.
I'm just lazy, you know. Actually, Botrix has its own YouTube channel and everything. Botrix is a step above Nightbot, but I'm just fucking lazy. So
I just went in and copied and pasted everybody's and dropped them.
nice.
I
That's cool as fuck. What's up, Sonia G?
Yeah, I was checking out that Botrix. It looks cool.
Yeah, Botrix has its own channel. I recently changed a bunch of my passwords, and I haven't updated the password. So literally, the name of the YouTube channel for Botrix is called Hippie's Big Mouth. So normally, it wouldn't be saying Botrix or whatever. Just Botrix. Normally, it would say Hippie's Big Mouth. And then, everyone would be like, what the fuck, Hippie? Why you? It's like, I'm like, it's not me. It's the bot, bro. Sorry. But yeah, it must have somehow reset when I changed my password because I'm just lazy, man. I'm in pain a lot of days. I don't even get out of bed. I just lay around and get stoned all day and try to stay out of pain, So for me, doing content steady is difficult.
I feel that.
I have titanium in a couple different places in my body and just fucking I'm a junk box now. And I'm 58, Don't get 58. I'm just going to tell you. When you get there, you're going to be like, wow, Hippie was telling the truth.
That sucks, huh? Yeah, no, there's so many things. So many factors, of course. It's like that's why you got to start young. With all the health stuff, eating right, all that shit.
I did a lot of that health stuff. Like smoking cocaine and
Oh, you go,
doing
nice.
wacky drugs and being a fucking mental case and
Yeah.
I know I wasted a lot of my life being stupid, but.
It's I had a few moments myself.
It was fun. A lot of it, but I wouldn't do it again. I mean, I kid around now about getting high, and I'm like, Jesus, I might die. Like, I take a big hit of some wacky drug and watch my heart jump out of my chest and run down the street, But I've been sober. I don't know. I haven't done cocaine in like 20 years. I haven't done any drugs. I was for a long time. I had a problem with pain medicine because I had all these neck issues. So
it's quite easy to have have a problem with that. So
well, my doctor used to not only do drug test me each month and charge my insurance company hundreds of dollars, but then they would own the pharmacy where they would give me the Oxycontin and everything, blah blah blah, making a fucking fortune.
Oh yeah, right.
So that happened for a lot of years here in America until finally somebody important fucking died from it. And then they were like, "Oh, we have such a problem with pain medicine in America." No, we've had pain medicine problem in America for a long time. It's just people are starting to keep track and realize, and But now it's this new shit over here in America, this trank. I've had discussions with AFA with a drug cop, and it was when the trank really hadn't hit the Northeast. And trank, if you don't know what it is xylazine, which is a horse tranquilizer mixed with fentanyl.
Oh, I see. And it rots you out pretty much, right?
Yeah, it rots your body. It has all kinds of serious addictive properties. There's a guy down in Philadelphia. He does a lot of videos where he shows people's arms rotting, their hands rotting. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna quit?" They're like, "Well, they're making all these excuses." Like, he's like, "Well, you're about to lose your hands, aren't you? Hey, Big Chief, La Plata."
Big Chief.
I was just talking about your name, La Plata. So, I mean, people are fucking dying, and the problem with the this new fentanyl they call trank is that the horse tranquilizer makes you immune to Narcan. So if I'm ganking out on this new fentanyl xylazine, what they call trank,
Oh, no shit.
They
Okay.
can give me 6 fucking Narcans and nothing happens. I die
Oh, I
anyway.
understand. Oh shit.
So what's
Yeah.
happening is, the drug community is suffering horribly. If they're
Mhm.
not rotting and losing everything. And I forget the guy's name in Philadelphia. He used to walk the streets of, God, I can't think of it. It's the worst street down there, but everyone's all like
Yeah.
bent over and falling apart. And,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. On Kensington. Kensington.
Kensington, yes, sir,
Yeah, that's the
yes,
one.
Kensington. I love that guy. I
Yeah.
played a bunch of his lives on my lives because I feel bad. I've been addicted to drugs, man. People think, oh, I hear it all the time. People made their own decisions, No.
Oh.
Unless you've
Uh-huh.
walked a day in a man's shoes, you have no idea what reason he decided to get high.
Yeah. Yeah. How and why he
He might
fell
have
and
just
all
got
these things.
drunk one
Yeah.
night and decided to snort a line and fucking it was heroin and he was addicted ever since. I mean, that's true life, Just smoke
Yeah. It's that
weed.
easy.
I love
Right.
Big Chief. Just smoke
Right.
weed. I agree 100%.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, this new shit, state created. I would always say, Deb, I've said it 1,000 times, and I'm gonna say it's just my opinion for those people who might be watching that don't like when I say things. What an easy population to keep under control than an addicted one. So same
Mhm.
here, brother. I just smoke weed. I've been sober for I don't know, 15 years, 13 years, somewhere in there. I haven't done like illegal drugs in like 20 years. I was just doing pain meds before I quit 13 years ago because, and I can't say I wasn't taking advantage there. So that's what happens when you get on pain meds. It starts off as I have a little bit of pain, and then it's more pain, and then it's more pain, and next thing you know, I was doing an 80 in the morning, a 30 at lunch, an 80 at night, and a bottle of 10 milligram oxys they called breakthrough medicine. I mean, I was not me, and I would say sadly for a lot of years I was like that. Then I told my doctor I'm gonna die. I need to find a different method of getting out of pain. And he said, why don't you try smoking weed? So they gave me permission to smoke a little weed while on my medication, but we lowered my dose. And immediately, I was starting to realize that weed was taking away the neuropathy much better than the pain meds were. What the pain meds were doing was just making me a fucking zombie.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? They weren't really taking the pain away. They were just making me not me,
liver damage, liver damage and, organ damage, all that shit,
Yeah, and then, you start running out early and the next thing you know, you're buying them on the street, and that's dangerous. Because if you run out and you go to your doctor back then, they would, if they didn't see a certain amount in your system when they drug tested you each month, they would take your meds away. So everybody would always, if you fucked up, you'd have to go a day or two and be sick as fuck and not take any pain meds so that you could have enough to get your next dose, That's the sad part when people say, oh, I'm not addicted and I'm just, and I just, it's documented, man. Your body naturally makes more pain. It's just a never-ending cycle. God made grass or man-made booze made me think about it. I'm not a fan of booze either. I've drank in 3 years. I've drank twice. Both were live on my YouTube, and it just proves when you watch those lives why you shouldn't drink. Because
all right. Yeah, it's like I had like a little, little time with alcohol, but never got as like, it was never my thing to begin with. And yes,
I think that night I had a quart. What's up, Money?
What up, everybody?
Hey, Money, what's up, bro?
I had a quart of Bailey's Irish Cream, a quart of Kahlua, and a pint of 100 proof Blue Label Smirnoff. And I sat here on a live stream on my birthday and drank the entire thing. And during that, made a complete moron of myself. But I remember spilling a White Russian in my keyboard and taking my keyboard and turning it upside down. And fucking for 2 minutes, it was just pouring fucking White Russian out of there, and then I continued the rest of that live all drunk and stupid. And I play it all the time on my live. I'm not ashamed, That's why I don't drink.
Oh
Sooner or
yeah.
later, I'm gonna do something stupid when I'm drinking. Because the problem with me is I drink 1 and then 3 and then 5, and then I have no idea who I am or where I am, or how I'm getting home or any of that.
So yeah, good thing for me. I have certain health issues that kind of keep me from drinking. So it's
Right,
like, or if I
right.
do, I feel like shit. So it's like, I just stay away from it. So it's kind of nice in a way.
Well, that kind of goes with age too. Like the
Oh right.
hangovers, they
Oh
get
uh-huh.
fucking worse and worse as you get older.
It's like for me, it's a sugar. It's like I say, it's a sugar thing. You know what I'm saying? And so it just just spikes like
Fuck you.
crazy,
Yeah,
and yeah, and it just
I
it
got you.
makes me feel like shit the next day.
Are you on insulin or whatever? Or is it you're not that
No, just
bad?
like no, just a metformin, kind of thing. Yeah, just
Got
a pill sort of. So it's kind of a watch what I eat, and change, all that shit. So
you can see
it's
by
kind
my double D's here that I'm not watching what I'm eating for the.
of,
I've been
no,
just
it's just,
I've been sedentary. Before I had this crazy surgery, I probably went 3-4 months where I was doing absolutely nothing because I was in so much pain. And then I had the surgery, and then I went, 3-4 months where I'm really not doing a whole hell of a lot. So
oh, I see, yeah.
yeah, it's not hard to gain weight with the shit food that we have here in America quite quickly.
Yo,
I guess you
LBA,
guys
what's up?
probably
Good to
aren't
see
so
you,
much.
man. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
bud.
man.
Yeah, yeah, LBA, Gregory, how y'all doing?
Gregory, what's up?
What's up, everyone?
Nothing to be ashamed of. It's truth, hippie, right?
Oh yeah, because you just like the best part of it is if you learn from it, and you go on, you move on, and you become more of an adult. That's kind of the thing.
There's
So
an
that's all that's
attorney in
important.
Toowoomba who's a functioning addict, and everyone knows it. Yeah, it's pretty common. I mean, you sit in a room full of people and you look around, probably somebody in that room is secretly, doing something, just where, it's like we were talking earlier about bad cops and stuff, and talking about New York City and the largest police force in America and the largest amount of humans all gathered together. Of course, there are going to be bad people, and of course, there are going to be things happening that shouldn't happen. And when people say, "When are we going to have it where that shit doesn't happen?" When it's robots, because they're the only fucking ones that are going to be doing it by the book, because humans are not fucking. We're not programmed that way. So
Mhm. Yeah, no, it makes you
sadly,
wonder. Yeah, how they would run. I mean, because pretty much in the end, they're going to kind of make all the decisions, about certain things, and that makes you wonder.
right. Well, I mean, we would say, I'm sure me and you, we would say that we would be happy if cops just did what they're supposed to do, right? I mean,
Yeah,
follow the
yeah.
law, but as a human being, we're not all like that. So
Or maybe as time goes, maybe as more things become like kind of automated like that, maybe some cops will see like, hey, we need to kind of keep things human here, so maybe.
well,
Uh,
that would be my second argument with cops is that they have no empathy, and I get it. I argue with Joe Cool all the time about that kind of stuff. Like, they're no good cops because if those cops are watching those other cops committing,
right, the
crimes
same
against
thing. Yeah.
people, they might as well be the same bad guy. And then I would always
Sure.
go to the area of, well, maybe these guys are just a guy with a family trying to make a living, and he's really trying not to rat out a bunch of other cops who are suddenly gonna,
Yeah, to rock the boat, right? That's kind of
And
the thing.
then he would always say, well, he did sign an oath that says that, he would do the right thing, blah, 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 for the law, and blah, 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 blah. So it's hard to really ever come to the conclusion of, maybe
Hmm.
there are some good guys out there. In my opinion, I feel like I've met quite a few in the maybe 60 audits I've done that were I remember being in New Hampshire with Josh. They let us sit in the cruises. They didn't touch the guns. They didn't do anything. They just fucking. It was.
Oh,
Were good cops. Was it for show for Josh's camera because they know he has 100,000 subscribers? Probably, but
oh,
still, that was some humanity. You know what I mean? Because they
right.
definitely don't have humanity or empathy. They don't like we were showing. I don't know, a couple of months back about this woman in California who was possibly with a man who stole a cake. And she was standing there filming him while he was in a fucking one of those ride-on cars, a disabled guy, obviously. And to me, because I watched the video 100 times on my channel, seemed a bit cuckoo. You know, I don't know what the correct word is. That's probably not right, but he wasn't all there. And so the cop says to her, "Stop filming." And she's with the guy who's in the chair, you know. And next thing you know, the cop tackles her and he sprays her in the face with fucking, and he's got her by the fucking throat and he's yelling, "I'm gonna punch you in the face if you don't." And this is a fucking old woman, 70 years old. Turns out later that she was dying of cancer. She was like in her end days.
Yeah, that's about right.
You know, it's like, oh man.
Yeah. I think, yeah, it's like the way, I mean, sometimes it's, they say too that, cops see a lot of, fucked up shit too. And they, seeing bodies through windshields and, just all kind of crazy things that they would see. And so that's why they just lose their, lose their empathy, lose their kind of humanity in a sense,
Yeah. Well, listen, I watched them arrest my next door neighbor's daughter, and she was really giving them a hard time. She's a nice person, but drinking, and she was really being rude and blah blah blah. He was trying to be nice, and these are pretty all right cops out here. Of course, you never shit where you live.
Right? Shouldn't.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. I get it to some extent where they lose the empathy, but listen, I've had some great conversations with cops. They're on my channel. The one with AFA where we talked to the drug guy, that was just a couple of guys standing around talking. You know what I mean? I once was at a SWAT thing where one of the cops is like, "Oh, get out of here." And the other cop said, "We know him. He's all right." And Joe Cool was in the live. He's like, "Where's the tape? Where's the anything? What the fuck's that guy talking about?" And then I had a conversation with the cop, and turned out he was a nice guy. We had a great conversation. He said, "I'd seen some of your audits, and it's all on the live." And he said, "If you're not fucking provoking, I have no problem with doing what's legal." And, we chit-chatted, blah, blah, blah. And
it's like, well, it's like, well, it's just like they're like anybody else in a sense. It's like, my cousin, husband is a cop, and he's just like, say to their family and friends are cool, but if you're not family or friends, they just have no time for you. That's kind of what it is,
Sorry, Deb, I haven't really been following the auditing community or any of YouTube really on a steady basis because I had some crazy surgery on my neck, really intense. Like they notched C4 vertebrae, they cut C5 in half, they notched C6, they put a bone from somebody else's leg and screwed it to the C4, C5, and C6. And then they put a titanium cage around C4, C5, and C6 and screwed it to the vertebrae into the cadaver bone. So I was,
crazy.
So it's been 4 months now. I'm starting to come back to normal. So I really don't know Ron Durbin. It doesn't sound familiar. If I saw one of the videos, I might know. But yeah, I've been kind of quiet on YouTube. I maybe done 3-4 panels in the last couple of months since my surgery. So recently I've been doing a lot of lives with the puppies because my son and I took on a rescue dog and it turned out she was pregnant. I knew she was. First day I saw her, I said, "She looks like she's pregnant." I've had a lot of dogs. And sure enough, 3 weeks later, she popped out 6 puppies. So
Yeah.
I've spent the last 7 weeks with a bunch of puppies, but.
Oh, so yeah, it was kind of nice. I mean, a little cash flow, right? I mean, a little cash flow with that.
For him, yeah, I give all the cash to him. I'm just gonna take one of the dogs, so you know what I
Oh, yeah.
mean. He's
Oh, yeah.
investing a ton of money. He has insisted on feeding him Blue Planet, which is or Blue Buffalo, whatever it is, expensive dog food. He's been giving
Oh, I
them
see.
puppy treats with amino acids and vitamins, and just really
Oh, making them super healthy.
Yeah, super healthy. Yeah, and then I've been 24 hours a day. We take them to the beach once in a while. We let 20 people hold them, and totally been socializing the shit out of them. And when the whole family yesterday today came to look at them when I was late for the live. All the kids are picking them up, and no try to get away reaction. They just love to be held. So. So they're going to be all great family dogs, and might protect some of those families. The staff eats.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's like
pretty protective.
a Rottweiler. Yeah, sure. And it's a mix of chocolate lab. So the father was a large staffy, and the mother.
Oh yeah, so they'll probably have the empathy, right? But as well as the protectiveness, I would imagine.
And the weird part about my puppy, the silver one that I'm taking, she has blue eyes, and they all had blue eyes when they were born. But hers haven't seemed to change. And yesterday, somebody was in the live, and they were saying, and one left eye, and they were saying that that's some gene thing, and that the dog was pretty rare because it's silver and it has blue eyes. And she's an amazing looking dog. So I get something out of it, but I've really been working hard. Vinny Pots and Pans. I've heard that name before from Dennison X. What's up, brother?
Hey, Vinny. Yo, Vinny. What's up? Hey, yeah, he comes in Mellows and stuff a lot.
Gotcha. I know Dennison X, I think, used to do lives with him or something. That's how I know him.
Hey, Vinny, I am going to jump off and relax for a little bit.
Okay,
Thank you for coming.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Great to see you, MamaBear.
Yep.
Thanks, MamaBear. I'll be in Jitsi if you need me.
Okay. Pennsylvania has a big fire going.
Tell Gypsy I said hi. I'm pretty good friends with Gypsy. Vinny. We talk quite a bit on the side. So, yeah, I haven't talked to him in a minute. But, yeah, we got some shit.
York, Pennsylvania is fighting a 6-alarm fire right now.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I wonder how it started. Who knows, huh?
All right. This dry, hot weather.
It is an abandoned warehouse. And it is now up to a 6-alarm fire.
Oh, wow.
In York, Pennsylvania. And there is multiple explosions going on in the warehouse. It is unknown if there was anybody in it. But they have advised the public to avoid the area.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I was dealing with Pennsylvania. Jeez, the whole state.
Well, York, Pennsylvania used to have a big beer distributor there.
Okay.
My adopted brother used to haul beer out of there. And I'm wondering if it's one of their old warehouses. But it's filled with propane tanks.
Wow.
Oh.
And they are exploding.
Oh, I bet.
The worst part about propane is it doesn't disperse into the air. It stays down low and then explodes down low. It's powerful.
Oh, really? Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's why they didn't really devise making propane cars because hey, speaking of the devil, there he is. Because they didn't want when a car crashes with propane, it all sits on the ground right around the car. Now the rescue shows to take the person out of the car. They make one spark, everybody's fucking dead. So
propane tanks are exploding and flying in the air.
Wow.
Oh. Yeah,
so that's why that methane stuff they use now, it's not really Like the things they have out
Oh.
here for the beach trolleys, you can like walk up to the exhaust pipe on those things and like sit there and go.
And breathe them in.
Yeah, I'm not kidding you, bro. The National Seashore, so that's government. You know what I mean? It's not local, but fucking amazing. What's up, Dennison?
Yo.
Hey, what's up, man? How you
Mel-
doing?
Melting. It's been hot. It's probably way hotter there, but it's been hot for here, man. Fuck.
Well, you know, strange enough, the weather's been pretty good here in Dallas. It's crazy. It's been like strangely nice. Yeah, it's weird. It's like, cause I think it's part of that La Nina thing. So it's like for some reason during La Nina, down here is a little bit cooler, and then it pushes the hot air up there. It's crazy. Towards like New York and all that kind of way. So I think that's what it is. It's a La Nina this year.
So you're in Texas, Mellows?
Yeah.
No, shit.
No, man. This is Inferno. I'm sorry. This is
okay. His thing is
I'm in
moving
Dallas.
like he's talking every once in a while. The little white line.
Oh yeah.
So he must have an open mic going on right now.
Open mic. It's open. I'm not muted.
Now maybe just hearing stuff. Yeah. Kind of like.
Mute.
No, I saw like the white line going around your name, so I thought you were talking. That's why.
No, not talking. I did say hi, Denison.
Gotcha.
I don't think you heard me.
What's going on? What's going on out there in wherever you're at, Dennison? Hot as fuck or what? I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Air conditioner struggling.
I decided not to put them on this year. My granddaughter has hers on.
Can't do that here.
Yeah,
Arizona will kill you.
It was 97 yesterday, so pretty hot. But maybe my double D's will go down to C's or something.
Yeah, I'm naked streaming right now.
Look, everyone's like, "What the fuck?" Usually, Hippie has a shirt on, and Todd was in the channel, and he had a shirt on. They're like, "Wait, there is something." I'm like, "Dude, I can't even wear a shirt right now. I walk from here to the bathroom, I'm sweating, and the shirt's gross, and it's fucking hot."
I don't go outside between like April and September.
Right. During the day, I hope you go out at night once in a while and get it from behind or some kind of thing like that.
Nope.
No, damn, bro.
No, it's like 90 something degrees at night.
Wow, we're 77 right now, but it's got to be 90% humidity. So because the ocean's all around us, so it's just melting hot.
Yo, Benny, come on, girl. Does
somebody need a link? Is there a link out there? It's a link right there.
Yeah, I know. Vinny comes up from time to time.
Yeah, there's a link.
Vinny, this fucking guy over here, Vinny Pots and Pans, this fucking guy.
Yo, Vinny. Yeah. Yo, Vinny.
We have been getting a wind current from the south here in the Corners area, breezy. It's been breezy the last couple of days, but man, it was 97 with the heat index yesterday. For us out here on the island, man, that's hot. Because, the humidity like takes away the air out of the air, and I'm an old fart who smoked cigarettes forever. I haven't smoked in many, many months. But, yeah. So when it takes all that air away, it just makes everything miserable.
Who knows their Vinny Pots and Pans trivia?
Not too much, but I don't know. It depends.
What's Vinny's cat's name?
I don't know.
The highlight there, that last comment he just made, Hippie. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Yeah, forget
highlight
about
that.
it.
See, what's that cat's name right there?
Was it like a mob, mob name or something?
Cat?
Yeah, what's the cat's name? That's the
like
Vinny trivia question.
Is it like a phone or something?
My hot cousin Vinny from Chattanooga. Now we're talking.
And my biological clock is going like this.
That was the greatest movie. My wife would she'd be like, "Yeah, you used to think she was so hot back then." Yeah, you're
Marissa
right.
Tomei is ridiculous.
Yeah, fuck. Even now,
Ridiculous.
beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Some of us age
I like
well,
that.
and some of us don't. Hippie. I mean, Dennison. 3
I don't
watching.
know. I
Wait,
still look
3?
good.
3 watching? I see 23 greatness. Sorry.
He's
But-
in my chat. What's up,
Oh,
greatness?
okay.
Welcome in.
23. I had a fun stream with AC and Honest Abe and a bunch of the crew. Jamie was here.
Choose characters.
62 people in chat. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, let me put the link in.
Chosy Heretics. Jeez, I
Probably
ain't
my
seen
channel
you
would
in
be,
forever, bro. What's up?
Yeah,
Probably
good
my
to see
channel
you
with the
again.
low count.
To the 3 people in my chat, it's only 3 people, but you could have been
Right.
anywhere else, and you chose to be
Yeah,
here.
it's
So
either, bro.
shout
right.
out to those the tres amigos or amigas.
Mhm.
Now there's only
It's a Squatch sighting.
What's up, man? How you doing?
There's only 2 people, he says.
I'm around and stealing. What we got going on over here? Let me throw some
Yeah,
lights on.
we're in so many channels. I don't even know where we are. I see X up there. I see all kinds of shit going on. I don't even know where we are. So
Do you get any numbers from those?
Dahlia, Jeff. Good
I
to
only
see you.
see there's 27 people in here right now on my side.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
get
know
the
where.
links.
If you're not
set
getting
up.
any numbers from the X, I can drop it.
I don't know how that all works, bro. If I click
You see the
on it,
little eye on the left where it says live on your top screen.
Yeah.
Screen notes?
Yeah.
He knows how
If
to
you
rap.
mouse over the eye, it will drop down and it will give you all the numbers from all the channels.
Twitter, Dennison,
That's
Inferno. I don't see it.
if you're talking about Speakeasy, you made the right decision. His panels are awful.
Dahlia.
Right, so you see on StreamYards in the screen in front of you, you've got like your little.
I see Grim Reaper, then I see me, then I see a question mark, then I see a gray circle with nothing. I see an M, and then I see an M with an X on it, which I assume is Twitter, and that's all I see up there. So I don't know if
Does it
it's
tell
only
you how many
your
numbers-
side.
How many? Does it tell you how
When
many
you click
views?
on X, all it shows is that you are live, remove view on Twitter. And then it says Eyes on the Audit live with Grim Reaper, but it doesn't show anything there. I could click on view, but I'm afraid what might happen. I hate that shit. I always do that, and then I end up leaving the chat. And yeah. Till I lost my first channel, put my phone down. I was dicking around doing something. And people aren't very nice when you make a mistake,
I understand. Well, yeah, crazy.
I found
Links
that
are
people
pinned and in the description. Ladies
So
and
I
gentlemen.
learned after that, yeah, you got to be careful what you do on these YouTube streets. How are you, Caucasian brother?
Well, brother, I got a show at 3 a.m. tonight.
Philip, good to see you again.
Oh my God, 3 a.m.
Well, homie's
Damn.
been asking me to come on for months, but his show's at 3 a.m. And I was always like, I'll
So
do
what
it
is it,
later.
West Coast? So it's like,
Yeah, it's West
Yeah.
Coast. It's a whole team. Everybody over there is West Coast. So I'm going to go do it.
King Philip. What's up, Nikki? What's up, Yatch? Hippie is a technical issue, Nikki. I mean, totally. I am a technical issue. Now, every time I click off a shit and try to run something for the first time on a live stream, I always end up dropping from the live, and some of you motherfuckers aren't so kind out here. So everybody on this panel seems all right. So it seems like I trust all you guys. But yeah, it's difficult.
My plans are basically.
Yeah, we all know each other, some way or another.
Yeah. So
I just know Mellows. I don't think I actually know Mellows. but I know people who.
No,
I
this
know
is really.
Mellows.
It's
Same.
happened
Yeah,
me many a times, man.
yeah, okay.
Same here. I've seen him. I actually came in the live recently. I was telling Grim Reaper a couple times and commented. And you guys were apparently in another channel or whatever. So I was commenting away, and no one was realizing that people. What's up, Joko? How are you, brother?
Hey, Joker.
Joko, what's up?
Nice beard, bro. I want a beard like that. Damn.
I have a beard.
It was a little longer.
Wow.
What's up, man? How you doing, Joko?
Mine looks like a vagina. I don't even know.
Is the beard or what's behind the beard?
Well, I
He
don't
hasn't
know.
been the same since they gave him that surgery.
Right?
You got
Look
to
at
have
how
a little
big my
bit of
tits got.
little
Someone's
titties.
like, dude, well, let me see those tits. Holy shit. I'm like, I know. Them
Dude.
are like double D's, bro.
Can you imagine what kind of tits the chick whose bone you got had? If it
Right?
affected you this way, next thing you know, you're gonna be cuddling up just some dildos and stuff. It's gonna be great, dude. You're gonna love it.
Right? Oh my God. What's up, people?
You can call me Sasquatch. I don't mind.
Yeah, Sasquatch. 30 people. Everybody's sharing away. So, yeah. I don't know. Not much new. I've just been taking care of these fucking wacky puppies. I think I finally got rid of all but one. So, it's been a rough 7 weeks with fucking 6 puppies and 3 adult dogs. Rescue. So, the fucking female that had the puppies, I made a fucking giant sandwich yesterday. Ham, fucking lettuce, fucking cheese, toasted the bread, I'm like, yeah. I turn around to put the mayonnaise in the fridge, and I hear the plate go tickle tickle, and I turn and look, and the dog's running at full speed out of the room, inhaling it like it was fucking non-existent. I'm like, oh my God, rat. Stole my fucking ham sandwich that I spent like a half an hour making. Fucker.
Gen X Jeff wants to know who's hippie.
I have no idea. Who is Gen X?
Gen X Jeff is a homosexual.
Hippie's my fam, Jeff.
He's good people, Jeff. He's not like the rest of them.
Usually you pick your friends. You can't pick your family.
Right?
That's why hippie's family. Because he's... yeah, you're welcome, sir.
Tiffany.
I can't help but to love him, even though he's a fucking pain in the ass.
I know.
About hippie. All right, so I come in and I tell him something, and the very next time I see him, he asks me about it, and I have to repeat exactly the same thing I said to him the first time. And then the fourth time, the same thing happens. At some point in time, he'll bring up something that we've talked about before, and I'll repeat it verbatim. Exactly.
Right? Yeah, I was saying it tonight on the live, bro. I'm losing my mind. I'm 58. I've done a lot of drugs, Talked about it on the live, crawling around on the floor with a flashlight, thinking I dropped rocks of cocaine with Joe Cole. I mean, yeah.
I hear you. But what I'm getting at is after about 5 cycles of going through it, you suddenly have an epiphany. It becomes your idea.
Right?
It's hell.
Right? Why wouldn't I? I mean, Jesus Christ, bro. That's what friends are for, right?
Okay. I'll do that too.
Dennison, you are a bigger pain in the ass. Wandering Hippie is
so,
fabulous. I pick my family and my friends. Thank you, Deb. Aw. Aw.
So,
who's like Donald Sutherland? Wait, what? How did we get on that?
Question, Hippie, we got to ask. What did you family you didn't accept?
What family didn't I accept?
What did he do with the family he did not choose to be family? Did he go wax them in the night like a thief or an assassin or something? Like, if they're there, they're still family, right?
I'm really not
Now
sure.
you just peace out.
Yeah, I'm
You
not.
move away
just-
from home like nobody really does, and then you
You get like
just
60 acres in Arizona.
create your own new life.
I
and
got a
identity.
whole fucking basement full. Yeah, it's just
Mhm.
about to be picked. I got 18-inch colas that are almost as big as Denison's dick around.
Nice.
Right, extra small.
I do have a little bit of girth,
Yes,
just
it's not
slightly
huge.
more than the average.
It's
So
not
they don't-
huge, but it's big around.
Nothing.
Yeah. It's slightly more girthy than the average, and
Can I tell them about the
just
7
around the average long.
that you have? Why do you have 7-foot cycles, Denizen?
So my girth is actually what's above average. It's my best asset. What was the question, Squatch?
Why
kinda
do you
faded
have
out.
7 Prince Alberts?
Because there was a special 5 for 1, and the other 2 times I was drunk.
Oh,
Now, this
you
is
got-
a-
you needed the money.
This is a really smart panel. Now, if we had Joe Cool up here, it would be like, oh my
you know how
god,
to get him.
stupid smart.
You know
Just,
exactly.
just summon him like this. Joe Cool,
I
Joe
did,
Cool,
I
Joe
did, I did earlier. I was like, yeah, Joe
no,
Cool.
you didn't do it right. I saw that. You failed at doing the proper.
Did I?
Joke. Let me show
There's
you.
no place like Chicago. There's no place like Chicago. There's no place like Chicago.
Well, what you've got to do is drop the link in chat, and then you say,
Uncle Fatty here?
Cool, Joe Cool, and he will appear before you and smoke crack.
Joe Cool 3 times is Joe Cool, Joe Cool, Joe Cool.
No, you have to drop the link first.
Oh my god. All right.
It's magic. You have to do it right.
There we go. Joe Cool, Joe Cool, Joe Cool.
Right. It works out for you.
This is, so yeah, it's about to chill. Yeah, it's about to chill or something. Yeah.
Joko. Pimp Daddy to the rescue.
Yeah, everybody's summoning Joe now. We got everybody.
Yeah, look at he's definitely coming now. What he says, Joe Cool, Joe Cool,
he's gonna show
motherfucking cool.
There aren't any white women on panel. It won't work.
That's the problem.
Get up here then, sweet cheeks.
You got to have a white sacrificer. It don't count. Damn it. Pretty sure he's over there poking at Talcott, though. If I had to guess. That's where
Jeff, y'all don't know how to summon demons.
I
He didn't even give any kisses to Baphomet.
No cool ain't a demon. He's just he's just a large black man.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's true. She isn't white technically.
You say she's not white like that's a bad thing.
Joe motherfucking cool, right?
Right.
Joe
Get
the
your
fence
Iberian
rider.
ass up here.
Joe motherfucking
You're
fence
white
rider.
compared to Joe Cool though. That's the thing.
That's true.
You're white and
I was asking Joe how he could be black if he spits white semen out of the end of his dick. He's not all black. He's got some white in him. I'm just saying.
You ever
well,
seen
shit,
him?
I'm blacker than Joe Cool.
You ever seen his palms?
Joe's palms?
Yeah. He chooses to grab everything in the world. He chooses everything in the world with his white palms.
Nobody wants to be white anymore, right? It's true. Get more recollection from government if you're not.
Yeah, these are his.
Man.
I'm drunk, so I can't be held responsible for anything I say right now.
John Denicola was talking about like immigrants in Boston. They're like giving them money. The kids get to go to school and have free lunch, and they don't have to pay for anything for schooling and this and that. I'm like, holy shit! Where are we getting all the money to pay for all this stuff? And I'm not anti-immigrant. And I get it. You know, when your fucking family's starving as a father, you do shit, right? But it's just crazy.
For the people who live here and work here, they can go get fucked.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. They can go.
Yeah.
That's what.
Oh, she brought out the tits avatar.
As the whitest, witchiest person you know, let me try this. Joe Cool, Joe Cool, Joe Cool.
Joe.
Now it must occur. Sacrifice a white
Daddy, come home.
Sacrifice a
Damn.
white woman. Oh my God, that was wonderful.
I can see Joe Cool in the other realm. Like, let's see, is she a virgin? Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
woman. Joe Cool's sitting on some panel somewhere going, I am being called.
Yeah, me too. Hearing bells in the background.
Big crack rock in the clouds. Maybe that'll signal him.
I got your money.
That'll do
Hey,
it.
dirty. Baby, I got your money. Don't you worry.
Oh, man. No more 3-cylinder backfire machine for me.
There it is.
That's Joe
There it
Cool.
is. It works.
Look there,
I told
you
you, I
rang.
told you, you needed the white witch. You
Takes
needed
the white woman
witch.
on panel.
That's all it took. Yeah.
Oh my God! All it took was a white woman on panel to get Joe.
You
up
gotta
there.
highlight that comment, Hippie.
All the men are yelling out, "Fucking Joe Cool, Joe Cool! You don't come." Nikki comes up, and there he is.
Oh, and he's
Wow!
He's in my chat though. We got to drop the link for him. I don't have it.
I dropped it. It's right there.
But
And Grim dropped it. Is it coming through?
I don't
It's
think
good?
it's posting my chat, bro. It's I don't know who you're posting.
Just come to my channel, Joe Cool. Tell him to go to my channel.
Right. Sure. Just go to Hippie's channel. Don't subscribe, and share no shit.
Yeah, well, you gotta say that shit, bro. I come to your shit and fucking Jesus Christ, so fucking mighty.
Dude, that shit killed me, Joe. You rang. I'm telling you, homie was sitting on another panel over there, and he heard that. He was like, "A white woman."
I sense a disturbance in the force.
A white woman.
I'm seeing purple titties.
I'm sorry.
Hippie,
with
I got
lights?
my DNA results, and I'm
Yeah?
literally the whitest woman you know. I guarantee it. I have
Wow.
zero anything but European, and most of it Slavic.
Wow.
Are you telling me that you are a natural born slave? Joe,
What up, Joe?
Oh no.
Good day, guys.
you gotta tell Joe Cool get women pregnant just by being on panel with him.
It just got dangerous.
Yeah, now it's a really way too smart of a panel for me. We got Nikki up here too. I mean, I'm going to shut my camera off and hide in the corner while you guys talk.
No. Keep your camera on. You being half naked distracts me.
Oh, my big double D's. You can see my Jesus tattoo.
Wait.
Hey, Joe. How you doing, bro?
From the bottom, from the waist down. Let me camera up. Hold on a second.
Wait, you just want to see my tits. That's why you came, Joe. Don't fucking lie to me. I ain't
good. What is
playing
this?
with you.
What's the white woman Roma right here? What's the white woman?
She's right beside you, bro.
She's right here.
Yeah,
Bro.
right here.
Joe,
Oh,
Nikki.
it's Nikki. You don't recognize that old
My
Tatas?
pimp is pretending he doesn't know
Yeah, her
me.
tits are hanging out, Joe. Look. Damn. Joe, look, her tits are hanging out. Quick. Just kidding.
Hey, girl.
Hey, Joe. How you doing, bro?
Nikki. I love fucking Nikki. Yes. But she couldn't have got me up here, though. I'm going to go. Y'all take it easy. I thought it was no meet up here.
Aw, bye, Joe. Have fun.
I'm not going nowhere. I'm just trying to hit
He's just giving me a hard time because I've been on a panel with him in a long time.
Yeah, actually, her and Dan were one of my favorite. We used to talk. We used to love that shit.
Love issues?
Is Joe's volume low for anybody else?
Hold on. Maybe
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Joe,
he's
your
really
volume's
low.
low, bro. It's on your
Wait.
volume.
Hold on. Let me see some shit. Give me a second.
Although what I heard was we used to always talk about really good shit. Like we're not love stuff.
Well, I've been married and with the same girl since 10th grade high school. So I would say I probably have the most experience out of all the men here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but you're a simp though.
I'm a simp, though. Okay.
Yeah, but you're still serving the contract. I served it to the end
Right.
twice.
You do what you have to do to make people happy. That's the way it works.
Simping.
Yeah, well, call it what you want. You know, if that makes you feel better, you call it simping.
Hello, MamaBear.
Says the guy that can't roll over and get pussy.
Who's he
Oh,
talking?
is that the end of the world?
I'm just saying, if you're not getting pussy, how are you gonna call another man a simp for getting pussy?
By the means you, by the
It's
means
free.
in which it, by
It's
the means
free.
in which it gets the pussy.
Yeah.
By simping.
Yep.
He doesn't even vote his conscience. He lets his wife
Hold on.
make all his decisions for him.
Can I make a point right here? I don't believe simping gets you any pussy at all. I've never had simping work.
No, it keeps you married.
Oh well, yeah, that is true.
I like it. Call me a simp.
It's like, what's
I
the
did.
term I gave you?
I
I've
did
been with
several
the same
times.
woman for 42 years, maybe more. I can't remember where we are at this point.
Nice.
Married 34, 35 years.
Congratulations, you're a parrot.
Barrett.
All right, can you hear me now? Check,
Yes,
check.
sir.
Maybe
Yeah, there it is, man.
that's much better.
Much
Thank you.
better.
Yes.
Slow burner, baby. What up?
Oh, no Canadians.
Damn.
It's bad enough we got a Brit here.
Shut up. What's going on, everybody?
That's good.
What's up,
son.
man? How you doing, man?
Another motherfucker I ain't been on panel with in a long time. Shit.
What's
All we
happening?
need is Ellie. Where's Ellie?
What?
We just went through a time warp. Yeah, where's Ellie?
I haven't seen Ellie in a long time.
Ellie's hanging out with the people that do the Scientology shit now.
Scientology, yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been talking to her.
Oh,
That's-
What about Yubi?
Don't know UB. Don't remember UB.
Oh, you be chilling and Mrs.
Oh yeah, I saw them a couple days ago. Yeah.
How are they doing?
Fucking
Both of them were groovy. Slow burn. I'm trying to remember old show. Didn't you used to co-host with somebody way back in the day, and we used to
Oh,
hang out?
don't you say
Any
it, Joe,
fan.
please. No,
No,
Dan,
Epic.
really.
epic.
That was epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Epic too.
First, yeah. And
Okay,
Nudie,
okay.
Nudie had rights on your channel for a while too, didn't he?
Who did?
Shout out to Rashu.
Didn't
Nude
Nude
Guru and Slow Burner used to do a show on my channel for a while. and
We did it on Epics for a while too.
Yeah, everybody's been around, man.
Yeah.
We're like
I saw
that.
Epic the other day.
We're like that high school crew that meets at the reunion and remembers that everybody fucked everybody and tries to hide their spouses from each other.
Now you're talking, right? That's certainly fucked Innocent and Hippie. I'm just saying, as long as we talking about it, shit.
Shit, my wife's on every live stream. She was on there tonight. What? What's he talking about? They're making fun of me because I'm
Is your
simping.
wife is to have to you fucking someone else so that she doesn't have to fuck you tonight.
Right?
Yikes! Whoa. How are the
Just tell her
puppies,
that you're
Hippie?
voting for Biden. You'll be fine.
I fixed the water pump, so I definitely could get some tonight.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you draw it out and
Is
make
that
it
a
look
euphemism?
like
Oh my
it was
God.
probably? Yeah.
Are we talking Viagra or Drano?
Viagra. It's expensive as fuck.
Yeah, and Hippie just fucking uses. a
Hippie's like, all I
plastic
need is a
band.
little sativa.
Yeah, plastic band is all you need, bro. I don't even have a dick anymore, bro. I had it removed.
You mean a cock ring?
Yeah, you got to kick him in the ass to get him started. Fuck. Put your finger in his bum and it pops out.
All right, right.
Yeah.
King, good to see you, man.
Now you're talking my language.
Jeez.
Fucking weirdo.
Right.
She took a break from YouTube recently. Aw. You'll fix your water pump. I like it. I have like the oldest water system in the fucking country. My water pump that gives my house water is in my basement. Most people have one in their front yard, and they call it a submersible well. I grew up with my buddy who's a plumber all my life, so I learned how to keep this shit going. So I've just been rebuilding it and fixing it for 20 years because I don't want to spend $6,000 for a fucking a submersible well, which is probably more like $10,000 now. Now
when
they
our
just
well pump went out, it cost us several grand, but we've got I think they counted 25 sticks to get down to the pump because I have a deep well. I live in the desert. I can't just dig a few feet down and find fresh water like some lucky fuckers.
Mine's 34 feet. I saw after I bought the house and started keeping this pump together. I saw up above me on the rafters, 34 feet was the depth of where the wellhead sits, which is not very deep.
What is the submersible well? Is that something man-made as opposed to a natural well?
Yeah.
It's a man-made well. The submersible well the actual pump in the water.
It's in the water, down in the ground. And in my case, the pump is right in my house in the basement, and the pump draws water from the wellhead, which is way underground. Now, in a submersible, they put a PVC pipe, depending on how deep your water is, it could be 100 feet, depending on where you are. And then they drop this huge pump electric thing all the way down to the bottom. And those blow every 10 years where I'm at because salt water has an effect.
We have to pump water out of living spaces here.
Really? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, what does that mean? I have no idea.
That means like for people to come in and build a new area, they have to pump the water out of the area to build the land.
Meaning you guys have too much water, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it lives in a swamp.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm on the other end of the scale. I live on an island surrounded by water, salt water. So water is very valuable to us. Why they keep upgrading our septics and making us have more and more expensive septics until what we're looking at next is holding tanks where you pay billions of dollars to have your fucking septic brought out of here.
I'm lucky we got Lake Michigan right up the road, right? All city shit. I've never had water problems. Fucking with Lake Michigan, fresh water ain't a thing.
We just had the town water put in 2 months ago. They came through these crazy tractors. One just plows a hole. They lay the pipe in a day. They cover it with dirt. Come back a few days later. And they stamp it and put tar over it, and then they can connect it to your house. So it costs $2,000 to connect up to that. What is the shit they put in the water? I don't know.
I'm gonna give you that fluoride stare.
Fluoride, yeah.
Fluoride, yeah.
So you're saying they lay the pipes
too,
and it's $2,000 to run it to your house, though?
Yeah, it's $2,000. They run a pipe from the street. They actually put a cutter right in front of my house. So in other words, it's going parallel to my house, and then they put a line.
They link into it.
And then they just link into it, yeah.
Yeah, I assume they would have made provisions for that, so it should be cheaper, to put
that's the
ain't nothing cheap these days, Joe. You know that.
No, right? That's why you got to do everything yourself.
After the C word, everything went crazy. Inflation was nuts.
Hey, Michael. Listen, the house across from me rents for $4,000 a week. It's not really extravagant home. I was talking to some people today that were looking at my puppies, and they're from Maine, and I said, "Yeah, this house here goes for $4,000 a week." The guy went, "What?" Yeah, wow. It's got central air, and it's a fairly decent house. What's nice about it has 4 bedrooms and a big family room, which people could sleep. Like across the street right now, there's 6 cars over there. So there's probably 2 families, maybe 3, pitching in on the 4,000. But still, man, 4,000.
Yeah, folks, stacks, man.
Yeah, Down in P-Town, it's $9,000 a week, or you can buy a condo, which is 800 square feet, which, you get for 1.2 million, 1.4 million. It's a fucking closet for most people,
I just read in California the average house is up to $770-something or something.
I seen in the news yesterday. There's a guy here in Toronto renting out a closet for $750 a month with a little mattress in it.
I remember the town where Josh got smacked, where I always show this lady, it's here in my background, where she ran out of the public office and whacked him in the face and just a little bit of blood.
That.
Yeah, with a folder. But I remember Ellie looking up that town, right? And so the cheapest house she could find for sale was $597,000, but the taxes were $15,000 a year.
Hey, John.
And so it's like, holy fuck.
All right.
Who can afford to because everybody's house around it is, a $10 million house. So
yeah, where the fuck are they working, for fuck's sake?
Yeah. Right. Dope dealers.
Probably not working, you know what I mean?
Get me a job.
Money from a daddy.
Stock people and trust fund and stock people and all those kinds of people.
Yeah.
Good place to go dumpster diving.
Most of the rich people are the gays, it's a huge gay community.
It's all gays where you live.
The gays.
That's why you wanted to come visit, isn't it? You wanted to go to P-Town, meet the boys.
No.
You don't want to tell the
Definitely not his anecdotal bias.
No, that's not why I wanted to come.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Just lie to everybody now.
So fun.
All right, now who has the bigger dick?
Hey, Sasquatch up here.
I have the biggest dick of them all.
Sasquatch, I want to ask
mean,
you
based on the average, it's unlikely given the statistics. You being from Canada, I'm just saying.
Buddy, we won the war, bro. Fuck, get it right.
They measure these things.
Wait, you won the war? What war are you talking about?
1812.
The war in your own mind?
We burned the fucking White House down. What? You didn't know that?
Y'all ain't won a war since y'all had sticks and clubs.
You still fucking apologize for that shit.
We don't need to win a war. We got Big Brother right beside us, so we're good.
Still,
we just gotta pay up to NATO. John Danacola.
Sasquatch, before you jump off, I wanted to know if you had seen that Alec Baldwin shit. It got really interesting.
Ain't that shit wild?
Yes,
It's a powerful man right there, Alec Baldwin. He demonstrated his power today on live television.
I thought so. I thought the judge was already in his favor. This was the excuse he needed to, to help him out.
Let me point out one thing. There's one critical flaw in this whole thing, and the very second I heard it, I knew he was going to walk.
Go ahead.
They did a destructive test on the firearm before anyone got to do any non-destructive tests on it.
Wait. Just so I know what that is, they do some in the process of testing it. The test, it damages the firearm as opposed to doing.
Okay, you can bring in a firearm expert who can sit down and take that complete firearm apart to measure everything on it with a caliper and tell you whether or not this thing will fire and how many pounds of pressure and how you might be of everything you need to know about it. He just has to have all the parts. Instead, what they did was pulled the hammer back, threw it on the ground, and then kicked it and then dropped it.
Fucking idiots.
Trying to get it to trigger accidentally. And it broke the little sear behind the hammer that resets the hammer. So when they sent it in to have the other tests done, they had to reconstruct it with other components. So they can't test to see if the trigger was filed. If
that's a big one. Yeah.
It has anything to do with the fact that they hired an ambulance chaser to prosecute the case?
Ambulance chaser.
She's a special prosecutor. She's not even a prosecutor here. She's a fucking ambulance chaser.
Can you turn your volume up, Nikki?
Yeah.
What is ambulance chaser? I don't like
a lawyer.
Meister.
A shitty lawyer.
She has
Think Better Call Saul, Saul Goodman.
if I start a new YouTube channel, I'm going to call myself the Devil's Shyster.
The Devil's what?
That was it.
Nikki, were you finished, Nikki?
What about Lisa
Her internet
Richards,
dropped.
Caucasian? You know about Lisa Richards, right? You seen any of her stuff? Who's
Not
this
that I'm
Jenny Bond? I don't, doesn't have a camera.
Did
is her
Chili
name?
DeCastro get out of jail
Jenny
yet?
Bond?
I don't think so, man. I'd have heard about
He's
it.
free. He's out. He's chilling.
Jenny Bond. It has no camera, so I couldn't click it up if I wanted to.
Never heard of him.
He posted.
I know he got found in. He got found let out, but they didn't let him out or something.
He
was still
won
there
his
20
he won his
still there.
appeal. Yeah, but
They kept him for 24 hours, man.
and they kicked him.
It was literally the
They've kicked
prosecutor
him out. Yeah, they've let him go.
who fucked up.
He's at home chilling, relaxing. He'd be out for a few days.
Outside of the pool.
So how did he lose a tooth? Did someone punch him out in there or what? He get punched out, eh? Must have. How else do you lose a tooth?
Well, it will be through a punch, regardless of how he lost it. You know, it will be a punch on the internet. Oh yeah, you got that punch. Here's the proof.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Leave spot for somebody else.
Yeah, the prosecution made a host of mistakes, but fuck mistakes. Wasn't she lying when she pretended she didn't know about the report and that all this evidence existed?
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
I just found
literally
out.
an ambulance chaser. Her job is to prosecute the civil liability cases. I don't know how she got appointed special prosecutor in this. Who did she fuck?
Well, I just want to say that I support Kirk Douglas's decision to transition, and I think he looks great for his age.
Looks great. Hair looks great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Is the Gary Busey hair is working? Kirk,
looks
keep it up.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got that Justin Bieber money. That guy.
So, Joe, are you saying he chipped his tooth on the toilet?
No, I'm saying I have no idea, but in a week, once he pops up on the internet, I'll be sure how it happened because every troll and chili hater, and there are many, will explain to me exactly how it happened. It will be it got in the process of getting raped by the biggest guy in there or beat up by someone. It will be something hell of a story behind it. Yeah. There'll be about 9 different stories too. By the way,
I heard he was free. Is that true?
We just went over that. Mellows said that he was out sitting home, relaxing outside of the pool.
Yeah, I can bring up a video if you want. He basically said he's chilling, he's relaxing, wants to do a gym session, and he's going to be back out there.
Did he win against that corrupt judge?
He's going after all of them, man.
Yeah, he won the appeal. Yeah.
He did win the appeal, huh, Joe? That's what I thought.
Yes.
Yeah,
he won.
I hope he sues the shit out of all of them.
At the state level? Because that's not easy to do in Nevada.
I thought he admitted that he was going to lose or something, and then next thing you know, I heard he won. I'm like, holy shit.
Yo, it's having fun with dirt.
I heard him say that he knew the appeal would take most of his jail time would be spent because that's how long the appeals process. He'd be damn near out by the time it worked through and looked like he was.
Yeah, well, his release date was July 28th, I think.
So he damn near did all his time.
Fun with Dirt says, I leave for an hour and the whole trial is over. What the fuck?
I know, right?
So did he win at the state level or did it go to regional?
I wouldn't know. I imagine.
Or did he win an appeal right there in that same jurisdiction?
I don't know.
It could have been the first judge's twin sister, the second judge.
I was going to say the second judge just looked like an older version of the first.
John Denicola said state, so I'm assuming
state.
State.
That's interesting.
Did he win the appeal against the conviction or against the sentence? Does anybody know?
Yeah, the sentence was dismissed.
But he still has the conviction. That's what I'm asking.
No, I don't think so.
There's a difference.
Now he's gonna have a big lawsuit against that judge, against that.
Yeah, and she's on she's in court transcripts admitting to be biased.
He's gonna get paid.
He knew what he was doing when he talked shit to her bailiff. He set her up just to appear biased, even if she wasn't.
I'm not sure he even
she was.
won anything yet. I thought that all he did was mean he'd get to reappeal it somewhere. He won that they was like, yeah, she jumped the gun and it had to be retried somewhere. Not that you're clear. That was what I thought. I could be wrong. So yeah, little I know.
No, I remember I heard her say charges dismissed.
Okay. All right, very good.
Yeah.
With or without prejudice, though.
I didn't hear nothing about prejudice.
Yeah, because then they could bring it back up type shit. Is what Dennis said.
What's up, Jenny Bond?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hi.
Jenny Bond.
Hello.
How you doing, Jenny?
Sound like
I'm good. I'm cool. Mellow. Joe Cool. What's up, man?
Hey, Jane. Apparently, I know you already, huh?
Of course I do.
I recognize that voice myself.
Come on, everybody knows Joe fucking Cool, bro.
Yeah.
I was in someone's room a second ago. I was like, I thought it was my first time there. I already had a membership.
You might know Jenny from TPP, Joe.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
I do. I remember your voice, all that shit now. Yes.
Well, you live in another country, right?
Too. In Fano, of course, I know you. I recognize the other guys too, especially the one with the long beard. I think I've seen him before as well. I'm not quite sure.
You live in another country too, right?
Yep.
I can't remember which one though. Was
you recognize that Swedish accent, huh?
I don't.
Sweden? Was that it?
Yeah, maybe it's the Bahamas. Is that what I'm hearing? Australian.
No.
Australian. No?
Holy fuck!
So I kind of hear that. So yeah, I kind of hear the island myself. Yeah, down in like Jamaica, Bahamas, kind of somewhere down in there. You know?
Now, if I recall, where she lives doesn't match her accent. Actually, if I recall correctly,
it's definitely not Jamaican.
Like Tobago, maybe Trinidad and Tobago, something like that, some place like that.
Forget it. I'm not gonna tell. But I live in Switzerland.
Okay, damn.
That's what I said the first time.
Oh, you were guessing.
So
somebody said Sweden. I don't know. They always.
I said Switzerland first.
Okay.
Yeah. I might have said Sweden. I was just trolling and trying to guess places where I knew you weren't from. That's what I was trying to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was just joking around.
I've been to Sweden.
Let me ask you, this might be a little drama or something. Do you still get along with TPP since Mellows is up here? I'm dying to know. Did you leave under shitty? Look like everybody who left there is under shitty circumstances. No one remained. Blah blah blah. Do you have a story too, Jenny?
I still go there. I'm still allowed to go there. But every time I go there, I have a fight with them. So that's why a lot of people know me.
Yeah, everyone's allowed to go.
I always have a fight. So that
and
I think that's
everyone,
but
and
I'm
everyone
still
has
there.
a fight there too. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
but that's good.
I'm still
Okay.
allowed to go there and have a chat.
I'm amazed at how the people who were so close to him now dedicate time to explaining that, no, I was wrong. I don't like the guy. It amazes me. And when I went to talk to him, he was like, you know how it is, Joko. Yeah,
I met Eli, dude. I went down there to New York with my whole family. My granddaughter, my son, my wife. We were with Grim Reaper. And he was such a fucking gentleman, man. One of the nicest guys. Just followed us, took us on all the subways, was very careful to make sure we were all together. But he was very, very, very nice guy. I could
He's
never
a toxic
imagine.
bully online, though.
Oh, is he? I don't know anything
His
about
moderators are brutal. Like, they got me blocked over there, and I didn't even do anything.
So I would guess he is offline too, and he was putting on a narcissistic show for you. But that's just
Holy
my 2 cents on it.
Wow, that's hard. He was a gentleman,
I keep hearing
man.
that. I keep hearing that a lot of people being blocked, but I don't know if it's from from
I
him.
got popped.
I don't know.
I
I
got
honestly
popped.
don't know.
Yeah,
I got
so he
barred
needs
from
to
the
check his
channel,
block list.
from the StreamYard too. I got blocked from all of that shit. When I asked, they was like, "Oh, that's in the past. Don't even bring it up. You're not blocked anymore." I never got an answer from over there.
If
I got in
if you were
trouble for
blocked, how do you
bringing
get in
up
there
the
to
fact
ask? I
that
can't
Joe
even.
Cool was blocked.
No, sir. You got banned for asking if Joe
Damn.
Cool was banned. That's
Yeah, I brought up the fact that Joe Cool was blocked and put it to the panel and triggered everybody.
You didn't get an
No,
answer
listening
either?
listening to that panel, there's not a whole lot of brain cells going on over there. That's for
Aw.
Yeah.
sure.
Aw.
That's for sure.
Aw.
I get the feeling this is another one of those things I'm glad I know not a goddamn thing about.
Well, I went and visited with Eli, and I thought he was a
Maybe,
gentleman. I
welcome.
spent the whole day with him from like early morning. He jumped right in his car, came over, met us, showed us around. We did all kinds of shit. We went to the 9/11 memorial. We talked to a few cops together. It was really, I thought, holy shit, amazing. And honestly, that was the day before my surgery. And then after my surgery, I just fell off YouTube completely. I've been gone forever. I've just started to get back into it now. But he seemed like a great guy to me. So I don't know. I really don't know. I'm pretty sure maybe other people had some fallouts with him too. I don't know.
I never had a problem with him, but I'm blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why'd you get blocked, Joe, if you don't mind me asking? Or I don't know.
I am not sure. They wouldn't tell me. No, I'm not. They wouldn't tell me. Other people told me that it was because
if you have a different opinion.
In the back chat, I was talking, and we was on a panel, and I met a guy on there, and I told him, you know what, a room you should visit, and remind you, they had just said someone had posted someone else's channel link in the chat, and they was like, can you do that? And everybody's like, Eli says it's okay. So to be cautious, in the back chat, I don't post the guys
chat where nobody can see.
Yes, I put the guy's name, not even the link. I put the guy's name out and told him you should come over there. Now, people say that it was over that, but I was like, that's being possible because 5 minutes before they said it's okay to post it in the chat if you want to. So I'm not sure that was the reason.
I would just say, from my experience of listening to a lot of people on YouTube, people hate that when you come into their live and drop a link. However, in a back chat would seem kind of okay to me. I mean, I wouldn't care anyway. I give everybody a mod on for a reason, so they can drop whatever the fuck they want.
Right.
So.
And
it's
this was
kind of like the
ironic.
same thing with cops. Sorry, go
ahead. This was ironic that when I went in and found out I was blocked, half the people on that panel were friends of mine who I shared his link with in other rooms. Now come to visit him, and I can't even communicate with him because I'm blocked.
How do you get a disorderly conduct charge?
Well, you would need a complaint. Would be my first.
How did it realistically in America? How does one end up with a disorderly conduct charge?
Because
resisting arrest, just resisting arrest by itself with nothing else. How does one get something like that?
And in real life, it's just what the powerful wills wants to happen that day, and who knows who at the court in real life is.
You know the old saying, you can beat the charge, but you can't beat the ride. So that the cop
you just explained the motives of our friend there. You just figured it out. Contempt of cop is the only crime you need to commit.
MamaBear.
I hear you, Dan. I'm glad you took the time to go that route. Yeah.
Hey, MamaBear.
I have chili's pork. I have chili's pork.
I'm still smiling, Dan. I totally hear you.
The real deal.
What we got here?
Chili's
pork. Yum.
Okay. I didn't see it for myself. I just saw
Our Nevada Judges Inc. We better be careful because I don't know. Is it okay?
This will be
This is definitely fair use.
This will be everywhere, bro.
Get her out of here. She was so obnoxious and abusive to your marshal.
Who's playing it though?
Sounds horrible.
Mama Bear.
Adorable little
Yeah,
creature.
it sounds
Pirate
horrible.
Is she using a russet or an Idaho?
Right?
Drop the link in the back chat. I'll bring it up.
Yeah,
This is
bro,
in-
drop a link. It's bad, huh? It's just laggy.
Someone's got a windy mic too.
It could be me.
That's me. I'll be muting up then.
Yeah, it could be me because I'm sitting next to a fan. It's still 78. So
It's gone.
still...
Everybody sitting next to fan.
I know it's fucking hot everywhere.
Grinding some weed.
We, Tiffany, we were about to watch Chili get. Well, I don't know. I've heard acquitted.
Yeah, he won. I heard it on another channel yesterday, I think. Because I thought I heard that he said on a phone call, because you know how everybody likes to do that, show everybody shit stuff. And on the phone call, it sounded like out of Chili's own mouth that he was going to lose. So I'm surprised that he won when I heard it.
No, he was acquitted. He was
Nothing's,
acquitted.
Not that he's
He was
a scholar
immediately-
or whatever he says he is.
He was immediately released. He
Well,
was
not exactly.
immediately-
So wait. So he's out right now?
Yes.
He is out. He is free.
Wow! Holy
Yeah, we
fuck.
wanted to see the
I've
procedure
seen
though
a
to see
video
why
that-
it's free.
I've seen a video that said the next day he called. He was still in jail.
I saw the same
He is
thing.
free. If you go to his page, he is free.
No, that's not the same as immediately being released.
No, it's not. It's not. It wasn't immediate. They kept him in. They messed him about with his paperwork and kept him for more than 24 hours before everybody started ringing in and
Right.
checking out what's going on. Even Here's the Deal rang up the everybody, and he done it on the high. And,
Yeah,
no,
he
he's
even
not-
asked. He sent out a plea to whatchamacallit. Here's the deal to give him some help, and he did.
Brian
I remember
did
the
it.
last time Joe was
Brian
here, we
is-
played
yeah.
something from Here's the Deal. And he does really good work.
He
Brian
got shot on the phone.
really
He didn't
did.
help.
Brian did a
He
great
does
job.
a lot
man.
of work, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Brian
Well,
really
respect
did.
He does some good work.
It's
Brian
in
was
back.
really keeping us in touch and letting us know what was going on, and he did a great job, Brian. Big up to him.
And he
Respect.
fucking
did.
helped Chili tons, right? And Chili's unpopular, so he damn near kept Chili channel going while he was pop. Big ups to him for that. Whether you like Chili or not, that was a big deal, man.
Facts.
Whether you like him or not, that was wrong, man. That was totally wrong what they did.
Yeah,
To him.
yeah. Hello, Mama Bear.
And when they do that
Hi.
to something like him, whether you like him or not, they're doing it to you.
It's an illegal arrest. I hope he loses his qualified immunity for it. If they can find something in Hagel, and this
The judge
given,
gets hemmed up as well.
I mean, sure, that'd be even better. Yeah.
But
Yeah, the
he
judges
is
are-
free.
Does anybody know what actually happened though legally?
I didn't even see this video. I don't know. I just hear
Okay.
say shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just doing a cup watch. He was doing basically a cup
there it
watch,
is.
and
Some seconds.
So
No, I
he backed
mean
up, he
legally
didn't back
with
up
his
far enough,
court
and he
case.
got straight in. Same deal
Just
with Caroline.
yeah, exactly. I was gonna say that, Mellow. Same like Caroline.
That hurt
It's
that
just
No,
basically
Carolina was even worse
Yeah,
because
yeah.
because
he's a big guy. He can't exactly throw him around like a red dog.
Yeah.
what I mean is he tried to defend himself, which technically was legal because it was an unlawful arrest. But Carolina didn't do anything except face plant.
Right.
24 hours ago, he posted on his channel, Delete Laws. Yes, I'm out of the dungeon. I'm free.
Yeah.
The sun is in my
Oh.
face as my young nephews are crawling on my back as we splash and play in the pool.
Okay.
Then
thank
I
you, Mama
have a bite of pizza, a little yogurt, chomp on some fresh fruit. The kids have to go to wrestle practice as I jump in my car and go get my phone fixed.
Yeah.
I like what
And his
Genuine
dog. I know he
Sterling
loves
said.
his dog. I know he loves his dog. Did he mention his dog?
I love what Genuine Sterling says. Living in a real life game of Monopoly. Get out of jail free. Sorry to see. Yeah, not everybody likes chili. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't have to like chili. He didn't break the law.
Yeah.
Right.
There's some.
There's 114 weeks in the dungeon. It's a strange shock for me. I am a bit
Welcome in,
disoriented.
AC.
What's up,
I can't remember some passwords. My body weight composure is wicked off. I'm going through some release freedom shock that I can't describe. You all have given and done so much for me while I was in the cage. Forgive me for needing a couple days to get reoriented.
All right,
Truly, I need 3 gym sessions, a hair fade, this tooth fixed, Charlie time, and decompress. The pressure I've been under has been something
all right,
I tried.
all right. That's more than enough of that bullshit.
I put the link in the back chat if you want to play as Hearing Hippie.
I'm working on it.
Do we want to hear it? I'll put it.
Yeah, I want to know what happened legally.
Yeah, I want to hear the court proceeding. Man, that all that shit. Now I'm gonna say something negative about dude, which is not even the fucking point. But all that soft ass shit. Oh my God, it was horrible. Oh my God, and man, he looks so soft now.
I don't know. It kind of seemed like maybe he learned some humility, which is what I had hoped for him.
You think that's a chance of that shit? Stop
I
it.
think he's gonna come out worse, man.
Yes, he's emboldened now.
Oh yeah, exactly. Now he feels like, oh, I won it. I was right.
I mean, jail is not a cakewalk.
Well,
When you're a man who values your freedom the way he does.
What lessons you? Okay, let me listen to this.
In this case, you have a person who, for a living, this man for a living, that's his living. He films police officers. He has more than 500,000 subscribers. He is very, very famous as a First Amendment auditor. He's known as he testified around the United States and does this constantly. As I look at this case, there are multiple problems with it. It goes to trial. So let's start with what really happens. There's a letter written to the judge, and I cite to it, and you have a copy in the appendix. And the letter says this man's going to film the proceedings. So the judge says, empty your pockets, suit pockets, all sorts of pockets, empty them. He says why. He complains it's a Fourth Amendment violation. You don't have a right to take my phone. And the judge also demands that defense counsel turn your phone off. And she said, I don't want to be part of your YouTube chat. And he said, we already are. This is the starting point to this trial. And the state says, well, the court has a right to, keep the court secure. Absolutely, you do. Absolutely. Have a right to determine who's filming. Absolutely. But what was interesting in the state's argument is they forgot to mention that the court never looked at the prosecutor and said, hey, turn your phone off. Make sure your phone's off. It's all directed at him and his attorney. You can't take cell phones. You can't do that. It's structural error to do that. And it also kind of shows that the court had an animus towards Mr. DeCastro, then judge. He makes a statement to the marshal. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. It's clear.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Was agitated by it. Understandably so. As I look at that, I'm like, I come in these courts all the time. You don't get to call a marshal what he gave. So I understand.
Ass kissing.
That's a different matter.
Right?
You
don't get to call us.
Fuck that pig.
Agreed.
There are.
It's a tyrant. Chili was right.
Yeah, but it was planned. He literally did that just to increase the visibility of the bias.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but
I'm saying you're wrong.
We're not in his head.
Or suggest that the person committed murder simply because he's acting.
Doesn't that look like the older judge's older sister?
Oh yeah.
But it was clear then that the trial was going the wrong way.
Bye,
So
Genuine.
the facts of the case.
It looks like that dude that hosts that show on PBS wearing a wig. The McLaughlin show? The McLaughlin group. Yeah, it looks like the dude from the McLaughlin group.
Oh, I want to hear this, yo.
She got a 40 between her legs.
That was commented on by the officer a couple of times. He wouldn't back up. He wouldn't back up. The prosecutor argued it. Then they started on the 21-foot rule. It's an imaginary rule. We all know there's no such thing as a 21-foot rule. It doesn't exist. But nobody was stopping that. Not defense counsel was saying, where is this coming from? What rule are you coming to with this? And the prosecutors arguing, well, he's violating the 21-foot rule. There's no such thing as a 21-foot rule. And the state, to their credit, has abandoned and completely retreated from the 21-foot rule on this appeal. They don't argue.
Something he learned in the academy.
Yes. But I understand what it is, Judge, because I've used it myself in murder cases, and that is what they're argued that my clients are enduring is that if an assailant comes at an officer or a citizen within 21 feet, you won't be able to draw your weapon. That's what they're taught. So it's something that we use in a self-defense case. Oh, look, the guy was, coming, and so my guy had no choice but to shoot.
Tula rule, I think it's called.
Officers are taught. But that's got no bearing on this. There is no 21-foot rule. And in fact, we just go to Click. Click is a First Circuit case, both the state and myself rely upon it. And in Click, I thought the language was so important to this case, because in Click, they begin speaking about that officers, in that case, first is filming in Boston Common, filming from 10 feet away, 10 feet away. That's very relevant because the police officer in that case said Mr. DeCastro was 10 feet away. And so the First Circuit said that is 10 feet away. And then the First Circuit starts saying, police officers need to deal with provocative and challenging speech. They further identify that when a police officer comes in contact with somebody who's being rude or obnoxious, that they feel like they shouldn't be filmed, that they shouldn't have to endure that. And the First Circuit then goes on to talk about that officers sometimes retaliate because they don't like it. They don't like it. And they said that's what happened in Click. The officers didn't like it. You don't film us. You have no right to film us. Okay? And so when I look at the situation, I'm like, officers, we have a right to film officers. In fact, we have an actual statute on it. NRS 171.123.
Say it again.
This is cited in page 2.
He's not interrupting his own lawyer this time.
Oh, yeah, right.
No, he learned a lesson.
Oh, you think he's learning lessons?
I think he did.
I think he might be learning lessons too. I think some of us might learn these lessons, in kindergarten. Chili had to go to jail.
Hey, you can pause it when motherfuckers talking, Hippie.
I can prove he does. I've attached the exhibits. I don't.
Yes, sir.
Can you pause it from time to time? Let motherfuckers talk, because I do want to hear the dialogue too.
All right. So
all right.
Maybe back it up 30 seconds for Joe.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And you're right, Dennison. I get your fucking point. Perhaps he did learn a lesson. It'll be short fucking lived. I guarantee you, the first time he go live and motherfuckers see him and he get his grift on, he's gonna be fucking back to the same dude.
Oh, I think he's gonna be worse. I think he's gonna be. Oh, he'll be way worse now. Now that he's got a public case that he won.
We shall see.
I don't think he'll be humbled.
But it's not the first time he's been to prison. It's not the first time he's been to prison or jail. I think he said that on his podcast. He's been there before, so
we can look at him and tell.
I think the way he interrupted his lawyer was a way to possibly appeal. I think that the way he talked to the bailiff was a way to show bias and appeal. I think the first case was calculated and planned, and now he knows exactly what he's doing because he set himself up for the lawsuit. He just got to shut up.
In my opinion, you're giving him more credit. Oh, he knew there was a camera in there. He was putting on a show. That's the only show he knows. Fuck you, die pig. That's all I saw. I didn't see. And I know the guy personally. We rap. And I'm telling you, no fucking chance that he's that fucking smart. The nigga ain't, I'm sorry, Chili. He ain't never won nothing, ever. All these 400 cases and shit, he's never won. And not only that, the advice he gives is not great, in my opinion. It's bad. No chance he's this clever guy beneath.
Deb says, yes, Joe, he will be worse, but why shouldn't he?
I don't
Well,
understand
Joe
what that
Cool.
means.
I think he's definitely getting experience. That's for sure.
Joe Cool.
Yeah.
The
If
hard
you're
way.
saying that, then that means he's smart. If you're saying that what he did extra for to get a lawsuit, then he's smarter than we thought.
I really don't believe that.
That was what I was saying. I was just saying he's that's his image, the tough guy. Yeah, fuck you. That's simply he was doing what the that's
Why
it.
does
That's
everything I say on panel get accredited to a man when I'm on Hippie's panel? I said he's doing better by being quiet. Joe credited that to Dennison. I'm the one arguing that he was smart enough to plan
No.
and that gets credited to Joe.
Yeah, you might be wrong. You might be a little sensitive here. Dennison said that he'd learn a lesson. I credited Dennison with that. I credited you. Well, I don't know if I credited you, but I heard you say the other thing.
I thought it was what's her name from Jenny. I thought it was Jenny.
I'm sorry. Witchy? Sorry. Hi, Witchy. Nice to meet you, Witchy.
Let's do it.
You too. Joe just doesn't think he's smart enough to do it, and I think he had this other lawyer lined up, and they were smart enough to set it up.
He'd be brilliant if this is the case. Oh my God, you rub that shit in my face, cause I totally look past it. All
You don't think Chili's brilliant?
No, I know him personally. We talk on the phone, and no.
The First Circuit then goes on to talk about
Wait.
the officers.
Joe just said I talked to him personally on the phone.
I call him all the time for advice. I call anybody for advice. When it's legal, he's one of the cats I call, and I'm telling you that it's just really bad.
Wait, you call him for advice, but you don't think he's smart. That you just set me for a loop,
I was
Joe.
trying to figure that out. I'm like, so what is he saying?
Listen, I know him as that guy who knows all that law shit as he was introduced to me. So I figured he'd have good shit to say.
Do the opposite, as Chili says.
About 3 other times I called him, it's been more confusing than Gotcha. But I might be calling 15 people. He ain't the only person. I might text 15 people with the same
So let's
question.
just get right to the point then. So I don't know. What do you think of his style of how he does the audits and stuff? And because I think
I guess I appreciate everybody having different styles and all of that.
Okay,
bullshit.
I know that's a difficult answer.
I don't really
yeah,
like Chili, but the man, I mean, I don't know if you've seen his history, but he's been through quite a few cons where he's made quite a bit of money and gotten away with it. You have to be smart to do that shit. Have you ever heard of Super Necessary Human?
I used to go into his chats all the time, and then I heard about Ironton, some stuff with a woman whose kid died.
Yeah, how many trifolds do you have, Hippie?
And then I heard about the some app thing he's going to make, and then after a while there was just so much swirling around him, it just didn't feel good to watch, you know?
Is there anything factually incorrect in the trifold?
I have not seen the two auditors that audit the same.
Well,
maybe similar, but I have not seen two auditors that audit the same
I
at
think
all.
that's a good thing, though, right? That's a good thing.
Correct.
Have y'all seen Chili in court before? Remember, he argued his own shit with Kate and another one.
No, Chili sucks in court.
Ridiculous clown show shit you ever saw. So I can't believe that he has this great mind.
No. Chili sucks at representing himself. He's not good with the law. But you're saying that he's not smart enough to emotionally manipulate the bailiff and the judge, which he clearly did, whether he meant to or not. He did.
Yes, I am saying he is not smart enough to intentionally do it. I say that because he's a reactive person that I saw in that court.
Yeah, but that bailiff and judge probably do that all day, every day, all day long. They treat people like that.
Vic Ferrari says, I'm going to cage fight Chili in September.
From what I've seen about Chili giving advice to on how to deal with the police if you're pulled over, it was spot on. Excellent advice.
All right, let's watch some more of the video.
All right. Here we go.
Sometimes retaliate because they don't like it. They don't like it. And they said that's what happened in Clip. The officers didn't like it. You don't film us. You have no right to film us. Okay? And so when I look at the situation, I'm like, officers, we have a right to film officers. In fact, we have an actual statute on it. NRS 171.1233. This is cited in page 2 of my reply brief in footnote 1. Subsection 2, subsection A states, a peace officer shall not act to interfere with a person's reporting of law enforcement activity, including, without limitation, by A, intentionally preventing or attempting to prevent a person from recording of law enforcement activity. You have a right to do it. We know it by statute, we know it by federal law. So,
that's why he was
what does
kissing ass.
Mr. Castro do? When the officer tells him, back up, I can prove he doesn't. I've attached the exhibits. I don't, if the state wants me to, I'll put it up and I'll show it, but we can see from Exhibit A that where Mr. DeCastro is standing, he's standing in a particular parking space. We can see in Exhibit B, he has now moved back into the back parking space. I don't, when I say back parking space, I know that maybe not a good record, but he's moving over.
Right, it looks like it's in a parking lot.
Yes, it's a parking lot. He's moving from one parking space away. You can see it's away from the officer. So the state, to continuously argue he would not back up. Why are they doing that? Because they want to say he won't follow commands. And the accurate answer was, and I think the court would say, if you were asked to look at this case and say, what did Mr. DeCastro do when he was told to back up? He backed up a short distance. That would be fair. Maybe the court would not like that language, say maybe it's a few feet, but he did back up. What is not fair is he would not back up. He would not comply. He did not back up. And then the officer
He's
was
good.
asked,
He's good.
I can't tell him how far. No, because he was disrupted. So I couldn't tell him how far. The 21-foot rule. There is no 21-foot rule.
When the facts are in your favor.
Was fine. And
Agreed.
What's more interesting about it is the officers, what Click is deciding is not like this court deciding whether there's criminal activity. Click is suing the officers. And the officers are over in federal court saying, oh no, give us qualified immunity. And the federal court said, no, not for this. You're not getting, for arresting somebody who's filming, you're going to get sued. You're not getting qualified immunity. You're going to have to fight this and go to a jury. I think that's very relevant because that's what's going to happen with this officer. Undoubtedly, you know he's going to sue, and I think he's already started that process. I'm not a civil lawyer, so I don't do that. But I know that that is what's taking place. So what is hindering this man from obstructing him from writing his ticket? He can just simply write the ticket. He can look at Mr. DeCastro and think to myself, here's one of these auditors, walk over and write a ticket. He was asked the question, which I thought was really good at trial. He was asked, how did he?
Truth be told.
How were you obstructed?
Baby boy, welcome in, brother.
What's good, player?
Yeah.
That doesn't obstruct you. How does that obstruct you? That doesn't, he never gets in the way. So let's fast forward to Wilson, okay? 3 weeks before this trial, the Court of Appeals considers one of my arguments here that the statute is unconstitutional, vague, and ambiguous. The Wilson court determines that the only way to impede, the only way that you impede is that you have fighting words or you physically do it. And the exact language of it is, we interpret 197.190 as applying only to physical conduct and fighting words. The court further explained that blocking the path of an officer may amount to obstruction. Well, that didn't happen. You can look at the video. There's no blocking. There's no blocking that goes on. And they also say that it could be non-aggressive, which made me curious. So I went and read the case. I thought, what could non-aggressive be? And it makes perfect sense. I would have never seen how non-aggressive could be obstruction. But what they then cite is they were pulling over an individual, police were. And then the guy who I guess is armed then starts to run from police. Well, now they've got to go chase him. So clearly they're hindering the police. So that made perfect sense. And that's the case they cited. What is interesting about Wilson is they also go on to say, as construed by this court, NRS 197.190 prohibits only physical conduct and fighting words that hinder, delay, or obstruct a public officer in the discharge of official duties or powers. As such, law enforcement has no discretion to arrest persons for protected speech or for physical conduct that is merely annoying and offensive. Judge, I have no doubt I know you've watched this video, and I could see how anybody could look at this and hear the speech, get in your car, little doggy, and write your ticket, and find that to be annoying. I see that. But that's protected, and we've been told that's protected now by our courts in Nevada, by numerous federal courts. They went on to say the district court did not, in Wilson was convicted, appealed, just like I'm doing here. And they point out in Wilson that on appeal, this court explained the district court did not have the benefit of our interpretation of 197, 190 as being limited to physical conduct or fighting words, and therefore did not consider whether there was sufficient evidence that Wilson engaged in physical conduct or other fighting words so as to support her conviction, and the case was remanded. Why I think that's important is because one of sort of the big picture that I want the court to see that I'm arguing, I think Judge Zimmerman was put in an absolutely terrible situation. Here's look at all this litigation we're doing here.
You want to pause it? Let's see if motherfuckers got something to say.
Sure.
Better to burn out than to fade away.
What's up, Truth Be Told? Let me make good one.
I had a bunch of observations, but none spring to mind right now.
When the law is in your favor, you pound on the law. When the facts are in your favor, you pound on the facts. And this guy's done both so far. So I expect that after he's done, the prosecution's going to pound on the table.
Yeah, you'd agree then that even though he's got the facts too, he's still doing a good job pounding the table and moving it around. He's keeping it. He's doing a good fucking job. The case law that he's selecting it was perfect for his shits, and he is acting like, and the way he's presented is like, yes, and the courts have ruled this, blah blah, and truth is, all of that shit can and has been argued. He's making it seem like there are no other options.
Yeah,
which is good.
It goes to ineffective counsel because what he's really doing is putting on the defense that Chile should have received the first time but didn't.
Agree. That is also why I'm calling him good. Yeah.
I agree too.
Because of the bias of the judge. And so that's why he's not pounding the table, right? Because
to the surprise of the judge.
Right,
he's not trying to defend Chile's behavior either. He threw Chile onto the he threw him out there as a sacrificial lamb in order to gain his freedom with the facts and the law.
It's smart.
But you really believe it's some coincidence that now all of a sudden he has this lawyer who knows all the facts, knows what's going on, but he didn't have it before, and that he talked over his lawyer in the last one, and that he intentionally enraged both the judge and her bailiff.
I don't think it's just a coincidence. I think that Chile's tactic is to go for people's emotions, period. So he's going to be doing that when that's his base level. And I also think it's just as likely that he was unprepared as usual for his first trial and paid an idiot to get up there and throw him under the bus. And then once he spent some time in a cell, he got some money and some organization going and got himself an actual attorney.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you.
Now, see, when Dennison says it, you attribute it to him and say that he knows what he's saying, but I told you the exact same thing.
And since we're both men, it must be because you're black.
Oh, shit.
I wish I'd have thought of that one. Right, it's funnier from a black dude.
I can't see Truth Be Told in my YouTube. I see him in StreamYard.
He's not in your YouTube. He's in mine.
He's in yours. Okay, I was gonna make him a mod. I'm like, I'll go make him a mod, and I'm like, I can't fucking make him a mod. So I'm like,
see, I agree with Truth. I agree with Truth here, but the lawyer knew better than to take that bait, right? He threw Chile under the bus in order to get him free. He went right under the bus and then out of the jail cell.
How did the first guy lose this? This is like a layup. It just seemed like, how the fuck do you lose this, man? He didn't argue this, which Glenn Kniff, he had 10 feet. Nigga, I'd have been in there arguing that. He didn't argue this shit at all, nor debate there. I think it's the Tula rule. A person can get to you at 21 feet if if you're not prepared or whatever the fuck. Yes, that's some shit, crazy police shit. You didn't argue that, and you come back as Glick Kniffy.
Was he a public pretender?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
DA.
No,
because he's a public pretender. That answers your question right there. They're designed to get you through the system, not to defend you.
Yes, I don't know. Probably was, I guess.
They don't know shit.
Yeah, and their job is.
I mean, Rogue Nation knows more about the laws than some of these attorneys.
And everybody in chat will fight harder than any of these attorneys. You're right. They want you in the system. They want you to plead guilty and put them a little time. We've fed the beast. You can go now.
Right. And the more I do that too, as a public defender, the better my career is going to be, because I work for the state. So now I'm making deals with that same state where my career path is.
Right. Hanging out with the judge, playing golf.
They're all learned friends.
And they usually, it's like a revolving door. They move where they go from one office to the other.
Yes.
Exactly, Mellow. Yeah.
All the same people know each other, and for that matter, it should be the exact opposite. When all you can get is plead outs and you ain't freed nobody, I'd be cutting your salary, putting you in a fucking closet somewhere to do your work. Do better, motherfucker. Clear somebody.
And the previous judge also said that the one that put him in jail for a start said her husband is a former police officer.
Yeah.
All right.
They're all in cahoots.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Deb?
Hey, Deb, how you doing? honey?
Hello, beautiful.
Hi,
Hi,
The
sweetheart.
Toothless Dragon is back.
Hello, sweetheart. Nice
Did
to
you
be
hear
on
what I
partner
said?
with you, man. Love you.
The Toothless Dragon is back.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
I'm the Toothless Dragon too, so.
No, that's what GGA called me. Toothless Dragon.
Oh.
But it's all good.
Do you breathe
It's
fire?
though.
Do you breathe fire?
I fucking do breathe fire.
Do you eat villagers?
Fire is one of the best elements.
Hold on. I
want
want
you
you
to
to
check out some of her audits, man. She's
please say something for me. I want you to say the dingo ate my baby.
Maybe the dingo ate your baby.
No fucking dingo ate no baby.
Yeah, but that fucking dingo took the baby.
Close enough. Yeah.
I'm the one that breathes fire, remember?
Yes, Mama Bear. But you also extinguish fire as well. Hey, I got a question for Joe.
Yeah.
I got a question for Joe Cool.
Yep, he's here.
Do you remember Dick Gregory?
I do. I loved Dick Gregory before he lost his
I
fucking
love Dick Gregory.
Yes. And in the end, he had lost his fucking mind, in my opinion, but he may be smarter than me. But yeah, so I'm a huge fan. Yeah. In the end, he saw demons every fucking where. He didn't articulate it well. He sounded bad shit crazy. And they killed Prince. Same guy who killed Prince killed Michael. They was in the alley in the back room. He got really
wow. Holy shit.
Well, Joe, Dick Gregory was great friends with an Aboriginal senator here in Australia. And the senators, he was the first Aboriginal senator.
Yeah.
And his name was Neville Bonner.
Okay, Neville. The Neville shit.
So Dick Gregory was great mates with Neville Bonner here in Queensland.
I don't know Neville, but the fact that it was the first Aboriginal something rather or another, I see what they had in common. Dick Gregory was serious activist back then.
Yeah. And Dick Gregory was also great mates with a woman that I grew up around, which was Kath Walker.
Mm-hmm.
She was the largest civil rights activist in Australia.
Interesting. I didn't know he was over there fucking with them too. That's just better. It make me think better of him. Yeah.
We even had visits from Black Panthers here in Australia when I
I
was
had
young.
no idea, but it's so
Oh,
fucking
really?
natural. It's
Yep.
natural as fuck.
Wow. Wow.
All right, it's
And it's
natural.
funny to me
I didn't know
that you know, the oppressed have now been given opportunities to become oppressors.
That's dope. That's dope, and I see it
Yep.
too. All right, let's watch some more of this, y'all. Since
Okay,
we got
watch some more.
Hmm. 20 years old, 15 years old. This is known law. If we have this issue before you on a case, isn't it incumbent upon me to file this pretrial?
I wonder why that didn't occur in this case.
And the state says something interesting, which I understand the state's advocating. The state says that trial counsel filed a memorandum. Well, I'm like, it was comical. I understand what the state's doing. They're saying they need to try to protect their conviction. But the trial counsel, what he did is he filed some memo that right when the judge is making her decision, finding him guilty, she's like, what memo? He said, well, I filed them. She didn't read, and then the state correctly, the state said, strike it. It's late. So what trial counsel does is, at the last minute, can you imagine I'm coming in here talking about the facts and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, Judge, there's a First Amendment issue. Like, well, don't you think you should have briefed that and let me know? And I hear the state's argument, and the state says courts are presumed to know law. And I know you know law, but I also know, Judge, that we get into issues. You've been on the bench a long time, but I know you know the law. But when, let's say we're going to talk about a Miranda or Messiah issue, I think that it's incumbent upon us to give the material to the court, let the state oppose it, let us reply so the court can look at everything, have the court's clerk go maybe find research that interests you on this so that you can make an informed decision, as opposed to at the very last minute in a factual trial, like, oh, by the way, there was a Messiah issue. I don't understand why he did that. This was the issue. This should have happened beforehand. This should have been litigated beforehand. The court, like yourself, just like we're doing here, we should give you the opportunity to go look at it. And maybe my rendition of it is not the way you want to go. It's the state's rendition. But the fact of the matter is, at least you had it, and Judge Zimmerman didn't. And that's ineffective because he should have showed the court these issues. And if he had, just like here, the Wilson case would have come up. I know it was brand new. It was only 3 weeks before the trial. But then the court could say to the state, hey, you've got to have physical conduct or fighting words. We can't just do this on driver safety. Because at one point, the judge ruled, because the prosecutor kept arguing, and the police officer testified, well, the driver had a right to privacy. Like, the driver doesn't have.
The driver's out in public. I don't know if the driver had a right to privacy. When you're out in public,
you don't have a right to it. And here's another thing, Judge. The state then comes back in their response. Mr. Chen always does an excellent job, and he did here as well. And he cites a bunch of cases, every single case. It made me realize when I read it that they have real legal problems. They've got problems with the law. Because what I did is I read every single one of their cases, and what I found is, oh, this is not at all what these things stand for. In other words, in fairness, they were saying their time, place, matter restrictions. Yes, true, the cases did stand for that. But let's start with Philadelphia, Fields versus City of Philadelphia. Now, when I first
that other lawyer is so nervous, he's shifting around and drinking water.
I looked at it and thought, hey, wait a second.
Yes, he is.
People in George Floyd, weren't they filming it with cell phone? Now, I hadn't really followed
This guy gotta defend this shit after he's done. Jesus Christ! Wait, is that true? He like looking at him intently, like, wait, really? That actually happened?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you gotta listen. You gotta listen.
I didn't really follow that trial very much. I did remember the firefighter. She's an off-duty firefighter, and she came to court with her uniform on. It was devastating for those officers because she said, I tried to tell them. I tried to tell them, and then they started saying, if you were a real firefighter, you'd know not to get involved.
Hey, Judd, I love you.
The officers. And she, at one point, is
hello, Judd.
There's an Asian officer in the back of the vehicle.
Fuck it, as long as we, hey, Jack.
How is she not in the same situation as him? She's admitting she's using foul language, and I remember her trial testimony where she was crying, and I think it extraordinarily impactful. I want to talk about something for a second. Police have to deal with difficult people. I know that because I witnessed it in your courtroom.
He's not drinking water. He's taking shots.
And I seem to remember, I was at the trial, came up from a break.
I think he walked out of the office without any paperwork for the case.
Officer Hawks having to deal with, I don't know if she's a homeless lady or what, sort of small Caucasian lady, but out of control. And I'm watching, almost nobody's in here. And she's saying horrendous things to Officer Hawks.
I don't even know why I'm here. My mother wanted me to be an attorney. I wanted to be a baker.
I know that because I watched her try to kick him.
Should be making apple fritters right now instead I'm here dealing with this shit.
I don't think she was arrested. At some point, they did everything they could. She was so obnoxious and abusive to your marshal. Yet the restraint show is remarkable. That
it's not getting any better.
There were two things I wanted to be growing up: a cop and a teacher. I'm glad I didn't. I would have been a bad cop.
We heard out of Too Tall Rob recently.
No, I haven't seen him around.
Hey, pause it. Or you, if you don't want to watch it,
no, I'm fine with watching it. I was interested with the attorney and how he was laying it all down. It sounded cool.
But it's long, man. It's long. You guys have been on a long conversation.
This is already a favorable judge as well. You can tell.
18 minutes and 45 minutes down is what we're looking at.
Yeah, but why would a lawyer be making a comparison on a murderer compared to Chili? Like, none of that makes sense.
Is that what he was arguing? I didn't hear that part.
That's why I kept saying you've got to listen to what he's saying.
I couldn't. Everybody was talking.
The prosecution put out a bunch of cases on here that he's showing are not relevant, and what he thinks is
the prosecutor is the Asian. The prosecutor is the Asian. He hasn't even spoke yet.
The defense attorney, right now, the gentleman representing Chile is arguing the cases that the Chinaman attached for argument in this, that they're relevant, that the rulings are relevant. And he's arguing, why are all these cases attached? They're
why would he
even
bring
relevant.
these cases up? Yeah.
Exactly.
And Asian
they're
American,
not
please,
they're not relevant.
is the proper nomenclature.
And the Asian is agreeing with the defense attorney, Chile's attorney.
Why do you say that?
Yeah.
Oh, by not nodding his head and said, yeah, he looks like a babe.
No, yeah, he looks like he's like, oh my God, really?
Yeah, babe
Jesus.
in the woods.
But you gotta wait and listen. You gotta wait and listen to the Asian fella talk shit.
All right. I wanted to hear the arguments. He was saying that these cases are so stupid. I don't know why they use them. I do want to know what cases and how he put them down and said how they misused them. It does look like the Asian is in agreement too. Like
Hippie, rewind it a little.
Yeah, like Dennison was saying.
That prosecuted this case.
They told me it would be a lot easier than this.
And did you
now
hear
I
the
know
judge?
why my boss sent me out here.
Right, that fucking prick.
And did you hear the judge say, well, the driver can't, the driver's irrelevant because they're in public?
Yes.
Did you hear the judge say that?
She cut him off for a reason because he was prepared to argue that too. She was like, I'll give you that. Clearly, he's in public. And he was like, okay, I'll move on. But he had an argument for that too.
Yeah.
And the argument that the defendant is trying to make is that, because remember the cop lied 3 times on their panel, like Chile did not step back, and she's saying, the judge is saying, but he did step back, he did walk back, but the police did not tell him how many steps. 12 meters, 10 meters, 30 meters.
It don't matter. The police can't tell them. That's the other guy's argument.
Exactly.
Glick versus kind of where they won occurred from an estimated 10 to 12 feet.
And the pig actually told him to get behind the line, and Chile got behind the line. Because here's the deal actually went through the whole video. when Chile first was in court.
Yeah.
And this prosecutor that is there is not the one that prosecuted the case.
No, that's right, Mama Bear. He's not.
I'm glad you pointed that out.
I just love the way Deb says line. I think we could have some fun together sometime.
Well, if you ever, I'm too disabled to go to America or the UK, but you can certainly get a plane, like Mama Bear said.
Yeah, I could.
That's
a
just
plane load of civil rights activists,
That's
and
just
you
a
can
kink.
welcome. I'll put you up at my property.
Look, that disabled is just a kink for hippies, yo.
No, that plane would crash and you fucking know it.
I have not ridden.
Deb.
Yeah, the government would probably cut the fuel line.
I got a perfect pilot.
I've flown a few times on little puddle jumpers to an island nearby, working during the winter.
Yeah.
But I've never flown on a big plane. Where my son's been to China, Thailand, Cambodia.
Oh, wow.
He lived in Thailand for 4 months in a dojo training in Muay Thai.
What the fuck are you doing all over there in all them Asian countries? He's got a connection, a woman.
Yeah, he knew a kid in Thailand, so that's kind of how it started. He flew over and met the kid in Thailand, and then they kind of went all over.
It's pretty dope.
Thailand is
Yeah.
His husband flies overseas all the time. He's a pilot.
He did
that
it
flies
all.
overseas.
Yeah.
Well, my girlfriend's husband flies overseas all the time. We're all set.
I remember when he was going to Thailand and stuff. A lot of it was relatively cheap, but that's a 20 some odd hour, 26-hour flight, and you would land in China, and then you couldn't leave like a little tiny area, and then you would fly from China on to Thailand or whatever.
All right, let's do it, hippie. Let's hear it.
All right.
The court's clerk will maybe find research that interests you on this so that you can make an informed decision, as opposed to at the very last minute in a factual trial, like, oh, by the way, there was a Messiah issue.
You went back a little far, right?
5 minutes.
Did that. This was the issue. This should have happened beforehand. This should have been litigated beforehand. The court, like yourself, just like we're doing here, we should give you the opportunity to go look at it, and maybe my rendition of it is not the way you want to go. It's the state's rendition. But the fact of the matter is, at least you had it, and Judge Zimmerman didn't. And that's ineffective, because he should have showed the court these issues. And if he had, just like here, the Wilson case would have come up. I know it was brand new. It was only 3 weeks before the trial. But then the court could say to the state, hey, you've got to have...
Can I just pause it for a quick sec? Based on spending a bunch of time in jail and this all being illegal, he's looking at making a lot of money, I would only guess. How do you calculate all that time?
Oh, in a lawsuit, yeah, you're right. That's,
you know what I mean?
Big money if he wins the lawsuit. Yeah.
One thing you got to take into account the fact that it's like a slap in the face that the charge that he was under is the same amount of time that he has spent in jail. So even if he were to be found guilty, they would just about release him immediately anyway.
Well, on time served.
Right.
Wow.
But they didn't release him. They didn't release him straight after this either. Mellows was correct.
Look at that.
It was 20 something hours later.
No. He looks all lost right there. He's like, huh?
They said, man, I'm losing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm losing bad.
The judge ruled, because the prosecutor kept arguing, and the police officer testified, well, the driver had a right to privacy. Like, the driver doesn't.
Drivers out in public. I don't know if.
Right.
114
driver has
days.
right to privacy. When you're out in public.
You don't have a right to it. And here's another thing, Judge. The state then comes back in their response. Mr. Chen always does an excellent job. And he did here as well. And he cites a bunch of cases, every single case. It made me realize when I read it that they have real legal problems. They've got problems with the law. Because what I did is I read every single one of their cases. And what I found was, oh, this is not at all what these things stand for. In other words, in fairness, they were saying there are time, place, manner restrictions. Yes, true, the cases did stand for that. But let's start with Philadelphia, Fields versus City of Philadelphia. Now, when I first saw the video, what came to mind, just jumped to my mind, was I looked at it and thought, hey, wait a second, didn't those people in George Floyd, weren't they filming it with cell phone? Now, I hadn't really followed it that much, but I kind of thought about it and it ran through my mind. So I then started pulling up the exhibits that I put, and I looked at it and I said, well, boy, those people are closer. They're closer than Mr. DeCastro. Another thing that came to mind is, although I didn't really follow that trial very much, I did remember the firefighter. She's an off-duty firefighter, and she came to court with her uniform on. It was devastating for those officers because she said, I tried to tell them, and then they started saying, if you were a real firefighter, you'd know not to get involved. And she said she started using profanity at the officers. And she, at one point, is within a foot of the officers. There's an Asian officer in the back of the vehicle, and she comes very close to him. When I look at that, I'm like, well, how is she not in the same situation as him? She's admitting she's using foul language. And I remember her trial testimony where she was crying, and I think it was extraordinarily impactful. I want to talk about something for a second, Judge. Police have to deal with difficult people. I know that because I witnessed it in your courtroom. Right there, right back there, right by the door. And I seem to remember, I was in a capital trial, came up from a break, about 1 in the afternoon, and what I see is Officer Hawks having to deal with, I don't know if she's a homeless lady or what, sort of small Caucasian lady, but out of control, and I'm watching, almost nobody's in here, and she's saying horrendous things to Officer Hawks. He there comes back up, because I know there was a female officer, and they're trying to talk to her. Your marshal showed incredible restraint. I know that because I watched her try to kick him in the groin. She tried to kick him, and I watched it happen. And I don't think she was arrested. At some point, they did everything they could to just get her out of here. She was so obnoxious and abusive to your marshal. Yet the restraint shown was remarkable. I remember that because I addressed it with Officer Hawks. How did you do that? To me, it was amazing that a human being could practice that type of restraint, and that's what he did. And that's what this officer should have done. He was angry. When the state says to you, and when the officer said, I was concerned for officer safety. No, he wasn't. At the point when he says to him that annoying language that we call, and the federal courts have said it provocative and challenging, get in your car, little doggy, and write a ticket. First of all, he's telling him to write the ticket. He's not instructing him. He's just, it's like a directive. Counsel, be quiet and sit down. Okay, that's a directive. But you're not instructing me from being quiet and sitting down. He's telling me to do it. And so I don't understand how the state can argue when I can see it for myself that the officer was concerned for officer safety. When he says that, when Mr. DeCastro says it, you can see the officer just gets irritated beyond my God. You don't say that to me. He just comes at him. He doesn't pull a taser or anything like that. He's like, you're detained. And then he grabs him pretty hard. And he's trying to say, well, I'm a member of the press. I'm a member of the press. You can't do this to me. He tells him, call your supervisor. Don't do this to me. And he's like, he brings out 2 cell phones. So, he's not armed. And you know what he is. And even the officer said he knew about First Amendment auditors, but didn't say that they, shoot people. Because he was asked that. He goes, I don't know if I said that. He was agitated. This wasn't about fear. This was about, truth be told, you can see it's obvious. This officer was agitated. And the federal courts talk about that. They talk about a lot of these officers don't want to be filmed. And I want to go back to City versus Philadelphia, or Fields versus City of Philadelphia, because in the state's answering brief, they question, hey, why would you be bringing up Floyd? Are you bringing that up? And I realized the state saw, why are you bringing it up? I saw it was directly relevant to filming police. So since they cited Fields versus City of Philadelphia, I went and read it. And it starts off, what that is that's an individual who's got concerns about unions, and they're filming in Philadelphia. And the court starts off with
he better not be Googling that case law right now.
Right? Is that what's up on the screen there?
That's what he's doing.
He popped it on when dudes started talking about it.
Yes, Joe.
This is the start of the decision. In 1991, George Holliday recorded video of Los Angeles Police Department officers beating Rodney King. They continue to go on about that. I cite that on page 4 of my reply. This case involves retaliation. Individuals making recordings have also faced retaliation by officers, such as arrests on false criminal charges and even violence. And that's because they're recognizing this. The federal courts around the United States are recognizing that police sometimes don't show the restraint that Officer Hawks does. You know, if you're being filmed and you got some irritating person, sometimes when we walk out of these courts, we got press that are like, what just happened? Did your client just get convicted? It's like, yes. Did your client just, you know, they want to sentence him to death? Yes. And you have to be calm. I can't just grab people and do it. You got to suffer it. Suffer it. He didn't stop anything. He didn't grab the officer. He backed off from the officer. Yes, maybe annoying. Yes, maybe provocative. But it is not obstruction. It's not resisting. These are trumped up charges. And that's what the cases show. They can't show you a case. Not a single case could they rely on to show this is obstruction or resistance. Not once. And in fact, like I said, I think trial counsel should have presented it to the judge beforehand. Then the judge could make the correct decision without even a trial. I think if the court had seen it beforehand and not being so agitated by calling the marshal a name, that the court could have ruled that this is clearly protected First Amendment speech. Judge also, so I believe that I've argued that this is a First Amendment violation to convict him of it. It's also under the Wilson decision in the case, federal case law we decided it is clearly arbitrary and capricious. It's being applied incorrectly, and the court did not have the benefit of the Wilson decision because Wilson remanded it to tell the district court, you need to look at this. That did not happen here, and so that's a problem. I argued judicial bias. The state claimed that there was no objection. Again, trial counsel didn't object when phones started being taken, didn't make any kind of formal objection. But in Echeverria and in Gurry was my case, it's murder of an FBI agent, there was no objection. It was well before my time, but I do it on post-conviction. I handled it on post-conviction. And it was that the trial judge had been, the FBI agent who'd been murdered, had actually investigated the trial judge. And so they found that that was an implicit bias, and so therefore there was reversal. The judge should have recused herself. She should have realized maybe I should hold this man in contempt, do contempt proceeding, and send this to somebody else. She didn't do that. But I also think it was incumbent upon defense counsel to do a better job and inform her of that. And that leads into my last argument of ineffective assistance of counsel. And I know that on appeal it's rarely considered. However, I cited case law that it's clear as day, and I think the court can already see why wasn't this brief? Why is this whole hearing not happening prior to the trial date? So that Mr. Chan or whoever, it was Miss Agnes Lexis, why did she argue this against trial counsel and let the court make a decision? Judge, under the circumstances, reverse is mandated. It just, in every different area, I think under the Wilson decision, I think under the Click decision, I think on every single decision. And so I just want to make sure, Judge, that I cover all my points before I turn it over. And that is, they say Mr. DeCastro was angry and hostile. No, this is what he does for a living. That's how he approaches them to see, can they handle it? I think in other videos, if the officer handles it well, like Officer Hawks, then he kind of calms down a bit. He did.
I'll object to that as facts that are not in evidence. Speculation.
I'll withdraw that.
He speaks.
And what a place matter restriction. When to do this as an auditor, to do this.
Target parking lot, right?
Yeah, and broad daylight. When if it was a female officer, not that if it's a female officer on a lonely highway going up to Ely, and all of a sudden somebody's approaching at 3 a.m, I think that's a different story. That shows officers like, God, and it's fearful. He does it in the most common way. He comes up, I'm a member of the press, annoying, provocative, all of those things. He's protected. It is one of the most, it is something that is sacred to what our system of justice is. And one of the decisions I cited said, this is the difference between us and a free society, where we can go up and be obnoxious police. Hey, I see what you're doing. I remember from the time I was in law school, I couldn't cite the case, but I wonder if you remember Mr. Chen remembers it, where somebody comes up to an officer and calls him out, which I think is really, I remember as a law student, you shouldn't do that, that's bad, right? But the reality is, I then learned from the Supreme Court, it may be bad, it may be obnoxious, if it's your child, you'd be like, what did you say? But it's protected, Judge, and he didn't do anything to violate or have those protections taken from him. I'd ask that you grant.
Thank you, Your Honor. First, I'd like to thank Mr. Oram. Considering that our response was called comical, I appreciate the nice words from him today. Regarding first and foremost with the ineffective assistance of counsel claim, even if counsel could have done it, we're still focusing on the prejudice problem. Ultimately, we're here, and this is the appellate court for this matter, so this court's going to make a matter of law decision. So I think ultimately everything regarding that issue gets resolved on a prejudice problem, whether or not Judge Zimmerman was surprised at the information that he was put forth today. Now, with regard specifically to the First Amendment claim, Mr. Oram mentions that we cite to a number of cases, and the cases factually don't support our position, and I think we recognize that in our brief. There are cases where police officers have stopped individuals from filming encounters that they absolutely had a lawful right to do. This is why the court consistently talks about time, place, and manner restrictions. We don't doubt that that's the case, but to suggest that we didn't read those cases, I think is an unfair characterization, because what we're trying to focus on is whether the time, place, and manner restrictions were present in this case. Now, what I would argue, and what I think we argued in our brief, is cases like Glick are relevant to the extent that in that case, the individual clearly was not impeding, obstructing, or being a problem to police officers. The only thing that individual in Glick was doing was filming officers, and the officers were upset by it. That's a very different situation when we're talking about time, place, and manner in this case. Yes, it's in a public parking lot, but you have to realize that as the facts came out, that the officer was letting the individual film until he approached the driver. Now, I agree, privacy is not a thing necessarily in public, which is why we didn't argue it. However, there are other concerns for time, place, and manner regarding safety of everybody involved, including the fact that when the officer's writing a ticket, when the officer's communicating with this lady who's been pulled over, when that lady is sitting in her car and not free to move because she's subject of a traffic stop, that the scene needs to be secure. Now, I appreciate that the individual, Mr. Castro, could have plenty of followers, and he might have followers. I didn't know of him before this date, and it doesn't appear that the officer did either. So ultimately, the officer is treating this individual as someone who's filming, but doesn't know what the ultimate motivations are. It could be to film, it could be to do something else, it could be to interfere with the driver, and I think that's what the evidence shows in this case.
Hey, pause.
Not only did he approach the driver, the key.
I hate this fucking non-argument. The officer doesn't know his intentions. You don't know the intentions of the guy selling you a donut earlier today. Why do you even bring that shit up? And he approached the driver. What the fuck does that mean? That's why the law says that he can't come in between a cop and the driver. They think they got that covered. This motherfucker coming up with, if you approach the driver, I don't know what that means. I could be from down the street and I'm coming toward the car and someone's like, he's approaching the driver.
Right.
This guy's not.
But approaching the driver isn't interfering either.
Yeah,
he needs a bib to wipe the dribble off his chin. He's a fucking dickhead.
Yes, arguments suck, bro. He's all over the place right now.
Houston versus Hill.
Personally,
Houston versus Hill.
I think you should pound on the table more.
You're gonna have to, right?
Houston versus Hill, 1987 is a great example.
Remind me, I've quoted that shit myself, but it ain't popping in my head.
Debs know it better than you Americans.
Yeah,
no, it's all good. The only reason Houston versus Hill was when that gay fella. Now I'm pretty sure, Joe, he passed away in 2018, but Direct D put up a video about Houston versus Hill not long ago. And Houston versus Hill, these coppers were beating a black American in his yard, and he went out and recorded them and whatever, and they arrested him, and they used provocative language to Hill. They defamed him because he was gay, a gay white man American. But look it up, Houston versus Hill, 1987.
I'm gonna have to. I'm not thinking you gave me a bunch of clarity on that.
I've heard Chili talk about it before many times.
Yeah, I think I've seen that also.
I've used the damn case law myself, but I forget in what instance and what happened. I get they were beating a black dude, but is it was it over filming? Was it over him yelling? Was he the cat who yelled and told his friend a thing? I can't remember which one it is.
I think I've seen that video as well. I've watched so many videos, man.
It's true.
But while we're on the pause, and I'm probably going to leave you guys because my phone is kind of like charging down on me. But I don't want to. I don't want to, but I want to ask a very serious question because while we're on the pause, knowing the fact that all of you on this panel knows that you have freedom of speech in America, and you can record the police. Why is it a continuous thing that people get arrested, people get brutalized for that? That's what we foreigners.
Egos too.
I have a guy who comes on my panel all the time. He's from Nigeria. He's living in Dubai right now. He says, Hippie, if you did that in my country, they'd give you a shovel, make you dig a hole, and then they put you in it and shoot your ass.
Hey, Houston versus Hill. I just looked it up. It's one of the cases I was talking about where the guy friend was getting arrested and he shouted at the police and said crazy shit trying to divert the cops' attention.
And then the guy started shooting. Okay.
Okay. So anyway, guys, it's been such a pleasure, man. I don't know who panel I was on right now. I know it was definitely not Mellows, but nice to join with you.
Wandering Hippie, you're on my panel. The hipster.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you for inviting me. My phone is just running down. Oh, yay. Okay. I love you, man. Thank you so much.
Love you too, huh?
Big up. Yes. Yes,
Jenny, before you go, thank you very much for standing up for me the other day.
You want to know something, Debs? My spirit and your spirit. My spirit and your spirit, we match. It's we connect. Our spirit connect.
We match.
Our spirit connects. I love you so much. MamaBear, always respect. Mellows, I love you for what you do. The whole panel, I love you guys. Peace. I'm gonna recharge my phone because it's just running low, and maybe it might come back up, maybe not. But love to you guys, man. Take care.
All right, you too, babe.
Take care. Love you, Jen.
Thank you so much. I love you guys so much. All right, peace and love.
What's this about Mid-South Sasquatch saying Austin, Texas is dealing with a serial killer? I haven't really heard anything about this. What's this about?
Yeah, they're calling
me neither.
The Sweetwater Killer or something like that. I can't remember. It has to do with a group of lakes over there in Austin, Texas.
Really?
His hunting ground, and there's a whole bunch of gay men that are no longer with
us. I know it.
Oh, really? Gay guys? Huh?
Okay, I didn't know it.
I don't know what's up with it. There, at first, the theory was that it was like a group of like rogue teenagers running around performing hate crimes and stuff.
Yeah.
At this point in time, it looks like a smorgasbord for somebody.
So how are they killing? Are they killing all the same way? Are they killing differently?
I haven't really dug into the details of the
mutilation.
Well, yeah, there would be.
Well, that doesn't sound like kids out on beating up a gay.
No, it's not kids.
Shit.
Well, no, I'm saying the first theory, like before they go serial.
I mean, we know the motive obviously is gay, right? So we can eliminate that. But anyway, I guess let's not change subject with Chili. Let's listen to this dope some more.
Begins to encourage when the officer asks him to back away from the driver. He says, well, I'm a filmer. Great, you can film. but I need you to back up. And again, we're quibbling over how much the backup was, but I think
clearly backed up.
he backed up a couple of
We're
times. There's no
quibbling.
question about
What does that even mean, Joe?
He
Cool.
He said quivering. Quivering.
No. He said we're quibbling over a few feet here. He didn't say the few feet part, but that's what he was alluding to. That's the whole issue: is the distance. Does the police even get to tell him to back up? Who is police? God? That's what the other guy lawyer was. The Chile lawyer was talking about. You just assume that he has the authority to tell a nigga to back up 25 feet, and his lawyer didn't even argue that that's just in his head. And he's giving the same argument right here. We're quibbling. If the cop tells you to back up, you back up.
Yeah, I think that's what most cops feel like, right? Even though technically you have to break the law for them to be in charge of you, they all feel like if they tell you to step on the sidewalk, you got to step on the sidewalk.
100%, yeah.
Authority.
But I think what the officer testified to was he wanted it a further distance based upon, in large part, how Mr. Castro was operating. Now, if Mr. Castro had backed up a number of feet and continued recording and wasn't saying and doing the things that he was doing, I think we'd have a very different situation. But the problem is
Mr. Castro's supposed to know that he has to back up further.
the officer instructed him in the video that to continue backing up. And rather than
he just think you gotta do what the cops say. That's all he knows.
That's exactly what I just said. Yeah,
I agree, but
cops think the same thing too. You know, if you broke a law, then yeah, you can tell me to do whatever. But if I'm innocent of anything, leave me the fuck alone.
I'm relying upon a fictional 10 feet rule, which I don't think is a matter of law. I don't think the First Amendment says 10 feet is automatically permissible because you can do a lot of things.
There are courts that have held 10 feet is sufficient.
Depending on what the situation is, all right?
I agree.
If I pull out a gun, is 10 feet still sufficient? We're an open carry state, for instance, so there are individuals who can carry guns. So if we were to say automatically,
if I have a camera,
10 feet away,
there's a difference between carrying a gun and drawing a gun, big brother.
the individual is doing certain things. If the individual has a grenade in their hand, that's fine.
Good
It's not a place to-
good point, Suspect.
We're not advocating. I didn't argue anything for
so dangerous.
that's what the officer said he was trained to do, in that he wanted the individual to move back a certain amount.
But he never vocalized that. He never vocalized, said, hey, you know, I want you to move 20, 21 feet back. Go back to this line. Don't come across this line. There was none of that because it happened so fast. I mean, the officer testified it was within like 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah, it's all on the video as well, Your Honor. So I agree that he doesn't give a specific number. And even if he had given a specific number, it's not that that specific number is somehow constitutionally permissible or not. But
thank
the point
you.
is,
Yay, right?
in which this individual who's unknown to the officer is interacting with that officer in that very manner is what the issue is for us. And based upon that, the officer can't continue
That manner.
that
Be
he can
specific.
do his job. Traffic stop, speaking with the individual, of doing
Yes.
any records checks that need to be done, of writing the actual ticket while this individual is
holding the camera,
yelling, refusing to move back.
She looks like a tough old bitch.
Again, with unknown motivations. In hindsight, we can look at him and perhaps say, well, he was only here to put this on his YouTube channel. But ultimately, at the time that it's happening,
I'm jealous
this
because he makes
officer
more money than me.
interacts with him, who even tells
Well.
him, you're allowed to film, but I need you to continue backing up. I think that's what the reason was. That's what the time, place, and manner restriction was, not some magical number. As we point out in our brief, I think what Mr. DeCastro believes, what counsel believes, is that because of 10 feet, that there's this line of 10 feet, and no matter what, I can do whatever I want within 10 feet. And I think even Wilson, although I understand the chance for the hearings, goes against that proposition that,
it's not Mellows.
No, it's not me.
that this individual.
Oh, yeah, go, dude.
As there's
I think it's
Dennis.
Dennis telling you that this is boring.
Yeah, Dennison, it's definitely Dennison. I meet it twice and I'm like,
What's going on?
Specifically,
he said he was
Wilson
having a
too,
few drinks.
that
Let's hear it again.
even though they say physical conduct
Innocent,
stands
come
made up of
on.
multiple different things.
He's awake
Why do you
now.
keep muting me?
With our bodies, but as well
Because
as
you were
what
snoring.
we're saying and how we're acting throughout the course of the interaction. And Wilson acknowledges that.
I think you got somebody else.
Are you
What
sure?
constitutes obstructing or
Yep.
resisting an officer?
Yep.
If you look at that particular treatise, I mean, it goes on for multiple pages of various conduct that would entail obstructing. So here, it's not simply about the words. It's not simply about the fact that Mr. DeCastro was annoying. It's not simply about the fact that Mr. Castro was saying things like calling the officer.
Well, don't say what it wasn't. What was
Validate the
it?
circumstance which prohibited the officer
Chili's
being
been
able
quiet.
to
This
safely
ain't
Perfectly
normal for him.
legal.
adequately
He's
conduct
never
the
been this
stop.
quiet.
He is adequately filling out his paperwork.
I mean, he gets out of the car. I mean, it appears to me he was gonna release her regardless.
This is Chili
So fast.
Damn, who's
trial,
that?
And
Jess.
then he went to take care of the other issue.
Yeah, well, I mean,
They had a good ankle right there.
He went and did the records check, and then he mentioned too she was surprised or even.
Well, yeah, she made a point there that he's let the other guy go and then went and arrested Chili for obstructing him after his
I don't want it. It's speculating to assume what happened there, but certainly those are the facts that came out at trial. And so ultimately, whether he was going to take it or not, he may have taken it or obviously he pulled her over because the system, as he testified, said that there was an issue with her license. And
This is Chili DeCastro's court case, Jess.
of the fact that this all went on, perhaps the obstructing was that he didn't feel comfortable to write. It wasn't worth writing this ticket. He already was informed of it so that he could deal with this other situation of this individual who was clearly obstructing his ability.
It was not
to get to the
clearly
very end of his
obstructing
investigation.
to
Whether he was going
anything.
to release her, or whether he was going to write the ticket. But the problem is the impediment is the individual who's continuing to yell. And
Well, I guess if he says enough, he's hoping that the judge will believe it, right? So.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Right? Yeah.
On the table.
What did I say? If the law's in your favor,
time, place, and manner specific, though. In this particular case, when you watch the video, I think he is that much of a problem that this officer ended up, talking to him more.
But what's the obstruction? It's not the words and it's not the filming. I mean, the officer.
Good
too,
girl.
right,
She
he said
read
right
my
away,
mind.
You can
Mhm, she
film, you just need to back up. And I understand he didn't want him talking to the driver, but it didn't appear to me
Didn't
until
want
after he was
him.
instructed, don't talk to my driver. He didn't
Mhm.
talk to her anymore. Is that accurate?
That is accurate, yes.
Right.
And everyone says
that wouldn't
Right,
be
and then
obstruction.
he backed up. I mean, I understand the officer
Right,
didn't think
still,
it was
right.
enough. And so, I mean, is it just that he didn't back up far enough for the officer? That was the obstruction?
he didn't back up far enough in addition to the manner in which he was acting.
Manner.
So,
Be
had there been a
specific,
conversation
nigga.
saying, officer, and again, this is, everything is so fact specific, right? But the fact
He
that
stopped him from
Castro
doing his job
immediately
because he was
yelling,
being a
arguing
real
with the
meanie
officer
face.
about
Yeah, he being a meanie.
backing
Yeah.
up that needs to be done.
I didn't like the way he was
That's what
holding
the
his
You
mouth.
see, Your Honor, the obstruction was Chili's a prick.
This
for itself or the distance
Chili
in itself. It's a
DeCastro's
combination of factors.
him winning his
Everything
case.
involved. Now, Mr. Oro says that depending on who the officer
How long ago
was,
was
and where it was at night.
Mrs.
I
Flo,
think
this
where
is
it
a
was
court
could play into it, but
hearing
I think it's
for Chili DeCastro.
I think it's an unfair
Delete
statement to
laws
assume
on
that some
YouTube.
officer, simply by virtue of being a female, would somehow be in an incredibly worse position, and that Mr. DeCastro, for instance, could treat her differently or would need to treat her differently than the officer that we have involved here. I think
Well, if it was an evening on the side of the road at 3 a.m. on that road between the.
for any
Nobody
individual-
cares because the bottom line is the taxpayers are going to pay whatever money fucking Chili gets for suing. So the court doesn't care. The prosecutor doesn't care. Nobody cares.
I
Great.
care because I could use this shit to keep my ass out of jail one day.
No, I understand. I
Yep.
understand that. Yep.
Yes,
For any individual, I would agree. For any individual.
I agree.
I'm just saying that it seems incredibly sexist to say that somehow a female officer.
He's
would be
banging the
unable to
table,
defend herself on
Dennison.
that Healy Road, but somehow a male officer.
I was
would be
saying.
automatically good
deal with the DiCastro.
When the facts are in your favor.
To interfere with the investigation. That's what I'm simply saying.
What kind of suit is that?
Wholeheartedly disagree with the characterization.
Hey, a cheap one.
Yeah, I was gonna say the bottoms look like a doctor's
Isolated
fucking
approach
pants.
could be a factor. But there are
Nah, he just he didn't iron them.
come through the line, but I'm just.
It's that blue though. That's terrible blue.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, yeah, it's not really courtroom appropriate.
Doesn't address at all.
I wonder if he has a blue line wristband.
He's clashing a little bit.
Now, I think the case law is
That
clear.
doesn't be case. I mean, so even if, let's say, even if I agree that there, this was an obstruction, it was unlawful to detain him, that Lisenby case seems to indicate you still can't resist.
Meaning laws are the worst.
He hasn't addressed it, I'm sure he will on the reply, but that's the last of my argument. Thank you.
And I'll address that. First of all, I didn't mean in any way.
So that was his whole thing. A bunch of.
He looks pretty pleased with himself.
He's
He's like us all. How do you like that, buddy?
You got nothing, mister.
You spent all that time arguing all those laws and facts. And here I am. I'm pounding on the table longer than you.
When this is over, I got to tell you what it says about that Texas serial killer shit in the news right now.
Okay.
You could take the biggest male officer. I meant just giving the scenario. It could be 1 in the morning, 3 in the morning, female, male. I didn't mean it that way. I just meant the visual of how it's different there. What I just heard was sort of interesting. Mr. Chen just said, I didn't argue the 21-foot rule because it didn't, it's not applicable. They sure did try. That's what they argued. Even the prosecutor argued. So Mr. Chen is only retreating from it because
there you go with that body language.
Something used, as we talked about, in self-defense type.
Yeah, he's one of those people that uses his whole body when explaining, right?
No, I was talking about the Asian dude. When he makes a point, he takes a step back.
Don't go past this white line. I mean, there were markers in the parking lot.
Yeah, it's gonna be animated. You know what I mean?
His citation started, and Mr. Castro got, well, you're not going to do that. It's obstruction. This is an obstruction. And the 10 feet, I agree. Is it 10 if you're only 9.5 feet? No, I don't think that's the point. The point they're trying to make is that our statute tells us we can film police officers. It doesn't say 10 feet, 21 feet. It just says filming them. When he was told to back up, he did. And the state is now saying, yes, we all agree with that. We're quibbling over words. I'm only quibbling over words because they kept saying at the trial he wouldn't back up, which is not quibbling with words. It's inaccurate.
That's true. I mean, the officer did testify on direct examination repeatedly that he didn't back up.
Yes.
But on cross indicated, well, he did back up. He just didn't back up.
Substantial.
Yeah, he may have backed up inches. He didn't substantially back up.
Now, with regard to what are the intentions, I keep hearing, what are these intentions? He didn't know what the intentions are. And then that's why I put up, because I think there was testimony.
He's not a psychic. He ain't know nobody in this.
You don't know who this person is. Well, the officers employed didn't know who these people were. The people filming, they didn't know. They didn't know it was an off-duty firefighter. They probably had done something different if they knew who they were dealing with. But they didn't know. And so the same arguments could be made. Oh, they're within 10 feet, officer safety. Maybe those are all gang members and they're the same gang as George Floyd. It's his brother's, I won't be sexist, it's his sister who's going to pull out a gun, or some other person, male, female, going to pull out a gun and shoot it. So we are doing this for officer safety. No, it isn't. And the courts, you can look at George Floyd and realize the courts in a big case in the United States said, these people have a right to do that. And the question I really ask, I think is important. There was no abuse. The officer wasn't doing anything abusive to the driver. It's clear saying, okay? What if he was? And he caught it on film. And now it's hitting CNN and Fox and all of this stuff. Then they say, oh yeah, we caught him. And 10 years from now, the Third Circuit's going to be quoting what he did. But he didn't catch them. So is that the standard? Can we film police officers? But if they're not doing anything wrong and
damn good point.
Obnoxious language, then I can be arrested. Is that what the standard? It isn't, Judge. The application.
You're allowed to be annoying.
I'm sorry.
You're allowed to be annoying.
You're allowed to be annoying. You're allowed to say.
You're allowed to be obnoxious.
Yeah. And I realize God
bless America.
Judges all the time.
Right? Because every single one of us on panel would be locked under a jail somewhere.
Won't help that. But I recognize this is some cornerstone, it's a foundation of our nation. The resisting. Did you notice the officer said, "Oh, this resisting is happening. My body cam all sudden."
He's just lucky he got a good lawyer, right? Because if he had a public defender, he'd still be in prison.
It also helps that he didn't break the law. That helps.
Well, I mean, that doesn't really matter to the court if they really want you to be in jail.
No, it helps with his lawyer. Dan's right.
Well, in that case, then I would say it helps he got this judge.
Right.
By the way, the state didn't
A lot of factors.
Agnes Lexus asked for a suspended sentence, and Judge Zimmerman decided to give him the maximum. He's been in there 4.5 months for this. And I kind of.
That's how long he's already been in there? 4.5 months? Get the
He
fuck
basically
out.
did his sentence almost.
I guess so. He went to prison around the time when I got hurt, when I had my surgery. My breast.
Yeah, Mama Bear said 114 days.
Wow. Holy fuck.
3 months on each count.
For doing nothing, apparently?
Yeah, right.
For whatever reason, I guess misdemeanor 6 months. Yeah, so she's nothing. But the state didn't ask for that. They asked for concurrent activity.
Say it again, bro.
It's not just nothing, but something that's supposed to be protected. It's a protected activity.
He set pretty good precedent too. Everybody was saying, complaining how Chile was going to ruin it. But his case law is excellent for anyone who lives in Nevada.
Yeah, I'll be quoting it elsewhere.
There's so many different errors, and I can tell the court has.
Joe say he's gonna abuse that shit.
Judge, there is no
Exactly.
it was an unconstitutional arrest. The man should receive the benefit. I mean, we have a beyond reasonable doubt standard. We can look at Wilson. I now hear the state really struggling. They almost sound like me in a bad murder case where they're saying, "Well, what is physical conduct or conduct?" Because that's what Wilson said, and they're struggling with it because they don't even because there's no physical contact. Backing up and filming and then pulling out a second camera, it's not physical conduct. There's nothing physical. He doesn't do anything physical. The officer just lost control, and he was irritated. Maybe we understand. It's not.
Yeah, you can understand. Yeah. I can understand.
Okay,
and it kind of comes out of nowhere.
It's out of nowhere. It's who wants to be called names? But that's what the courts are all saying. You've got to ensure this. Our citizens have a right to do this, and it also keeps our police. These auditors do help in some way because sometimes the approved police are doing. If there was an auditor on what he did, and that one was like, "Oh, he was saying these things," no, he wasn't. If I'm not a witness to it, no, he isn't. And the video shows that if somebody was filming it, he wasn't doing anything wrong. So some false allegation by some crazy lady, okay, it helps them sometimes. And also sometimes it catches bad police officers. Here, what we have is a situation where you have a right to do it. And so for those reasons, I ask that you grant the appeal and reverse this man's conviction.
Anything else from the state?
I would only briefly say that in the Floyd case, no one was arrested. That's what the distinction is there. So people were allowed to film the encounter, and obviously other things happened from that case.
That was his point, you idiot.
Right?
Yeah, didn't he make the point?
He's a fucking
This guy's
idiot.
putting his shit away. He's like, I'm done with you.
That individuals can actually interfere.
Yeah.
So the case law, I just want to point out that distinction, but otherwise,
Got this, you know.
Yeah, he can't wait for this shit to be over.
That is not the judge.
That's the old judge.
Michelle Levitt, it says. That must be her back in the day, maybe.
I know, yeah, there's an old ass picture.
Wait, that was it?
first
Rewind it. I'm sorry. Rewind it 20 seconds or 30 seconds.
Here we go.
No, the first one that jailed him was Zimmerman. This is a different one.
Okay, it helps them sometimes, and also.
Yeah, but the picture is yet a third judge.
Here, what we have.
Yeah, picture looks like, yeah, either a third judge or way younger. I can't tell.
Yeah, like that was. She had a hard life being a judge.
Yeah. Damn, I can't tell that's her or not. I mean, damn, I don't know.
This is the third judge.
So people who
Okay.
are about to film the encounter.
Yeah, somebody completely different, right? Yeah.
Oh, Joe,
The issue is not that they were filming. No one was
if
arrested.
you want to come back up, I'm not
And
going to be too much
the
longer.
case law
I want
makes
to
it very
quote
important
something
the other
about
one.
this Texas
If
thing,
there's
though.
Oh yeah.
probability of substantial harm or death, then individuals can actually interfere and it wouldn't be obstructed. So the case law, I just want to point out that distinction, but otherwise I have nothing else.
Okay, so this time the court's gonna grant the appeal and reverse the convictions, based
Wow.
on its First Amendment protected conduct.
Surprised Chili didn't jump up and down after being in there for 4 months. I'd have been like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
I see you. Yeah, all right.
That
All right,
court reporter is smoking.
Watch this right here. After his lawyer gives a hug, watch this. Watch this close.
Yeah, watch the sheriff.
Okay, watch this. Chili walks out. One of his supporters is there. He went to give him a handshake.
Offense. I'm sorry.
Mhm. Right.
Charges are dropped. He's an innocent man. What the fuck?
Oh, really? Right?
You know?
Yeah, he should be released right there.
Right. Yeah. What
A
the fuck?
bystander's intervention might have put an end to a deadly shooting.
So I was
Yeah,
reading
do.
He served over 20 hours still in jail.
So let me just
Yeah,
read the
after the court.
top of this article about the Texas serial killer says another body was recovered over the weekend at Lady Bird Lake. While police have continued to calm the rumor flames of a serial killer in the area, the new death number is 12 since 2022. Coined the Rainy Lake Killer. Wow. Holy smokes.
All right. Okay, hold on. I just found another article. They are up to 13 bodies.
But it's not a serial killer, ladies and gentlemen, so don't worry. You'll be fine.
Okay. Oh, it's just a
Lady
thing
Bird
kind of going on.
Raping. They have found body number 13.
And, right? I'm Googling that shit. It's crazy because the government doesn't want to admit they're wrong in letting this happen, so they try to make it like, no, it's not a serial killer. It's just 23 people now.
Oh yeah. So yeah,
Right.
it's just kind of. You know,
I mean, what do
20
we
different
call
people. Yeah, 20 different
23?
people.
Coincidentally, they were all gay, but there's no tie between all of that.
No, they were
Yeah.
just 23 individual murders, Hippie. Don't you get
Individual,
it?
yeah.
Which means that there's 23 murderers out there.
Oh yeah. Any worse?
Yeah, that's enough out of you.
I don't think there is.
Stop believing your lying eyes. How dare you, Grim?
Body number 13 was found 2 days ago.
Yo, what's up, Flo?
Well, I am jumping up
What's up?
because
Hey,
it
baby.
is 12:30 here. I am
That's
heading.
crazy, though.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
Mom,
going to
dear.
bump
Take
off.
care.
pretty soon, yeah. I got to be up at 6 a.m. I'm selling one of these dogs tomorrow morning at
What'd you
6
say,
a.m.
Mama Bear?
Oh.
2 days ago, another body was found at Lake Pretty. Officials calm serious surge after 13 body number 13 was found.
How can it not be a serial killer with 13 people in the same area?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know?
No, we don't believe there is a serial killer at this time. Per the police.
Doesn't sound like, a drug-related stuff or something, gang shit or whatever, but...
All the bodies have been identified except for the 3 this year, awaiting medical examiner reports. Most bodies have been ruled as no foul play, accidental drowning, and 1 homicide in which a suspect has been charged.
It's fucking weird. Just covering their own ass. You don't want to put more cops out on the street and blah, blah, blah to figure out what's going on. So let's just Let's just make pretend like, yeah, only 13 people have died, but it's nothing to worry about, ladies and gentlemen.
And blah, blah, blah.
Right?
And they've still got the road pirates out.
The what? The red something? What?
The road pirate.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For
Yeah.
sure.
What a fucking intense life. A lot of people.
3 since February of 2024.
Wow. So, wow. Like last 6 months. 3. Damn.
Hmm.
Weird that I never heard about it. That's why when I heard 12, I'm like, 12? How do we not hear about 12 murders in the same area?
Yeah.
Because mainstream media aren't really on it.
Yeah, because it was nobody important. Now, if it was a senator's kid or something, you know, they'd be making a big stink about it.
But they have not identified
you,
any
suits.
bodies this year.
I mean peasants. I mean serfs.
That's like one of the police commissioners in New South Wales' sons got hit and run and killed. And he was even on 60 Minutes Australia because it was a police commissioner's child that was killed by a hit and run driver.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Well, good night, everybody.
Okay, Mama Bear.
Good night, Mama Bear.
Good night, Mama Bear.
Let's see.
Thank you for coming, Mama. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Not
America's
a problem.
the greatest country on earth.
That's right.
And the police are doing a great job.
Oh,
That's
shit.
right.
Edison, wake up. You're sleeping. Yeah. See you, Caucasian. Appreciate you, brother. Have fun at your
Much love,
live
everybody.
in a couple hours.
Don't make me start snoring again.
All right. Night, everybody.
It must have been magic,
good night,
right? When I
Mama.
muted you twice, it went away. So I don't know. It's quite strange.
Great show, Hippie.
I use push to talk.
I'm proud, flag it as of today.
Proud flaggy. That's right. You're proud to be an American, right? That song, man, it's just like, ridiculous.
Right?
Mm.
I kind of dig that song, but yeah, you're right. It's like when I said I celebrated 4th of July, and everyone's like, happy 4th of July, because we don't really have much freedom anymore, you know? Make pretend freedom.
Freedoms?
You running a live, Dennison? Are you live right now?
Yeah.
Drop your link. Tell everybody to come. I gotta bounce. I gotta be up at 6 a.m. I gotta fucking wash the dogs before I send them off. So.
No, when you shut this down, it's gonna end my stream, and I'm gonna go make something to eat.
Oh yeah. All right. Sorry, bro. Joe Cool. Have a good night. If you're not already gone, everybody else. Mellows.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
Night, Deb.
Love you all.
My flag is better than your flag.
Yeah, good to see you, Deb.
I only got one flag, and that's red, black, and yellow.
Okay, yeah. I know that one. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Nice. All right, Deb. Take
See
care.
you, Deb.
Okay.
Thank you, brother. Good stream.
Love you all. Bye.
Bye, Debs.
Bye, Debs.
Grim Reaper.
All right, Hippie. Good to see you, man.
Grim, you here?
Yeah.
Hey, Grim.
It's been a pleasure hosting this with you.
Partial, but hey, it was fun. I think you never shut down, did you? I think I saw
No.
you was there the whole time. All right, I'm gonna shut down, everybody. Love you guys.
Right there, man. Take care, bro. It was a cool hanging with everybody.